Medication time.
White trash, late nights. Come on in, folks, the music is tight. White trash, late nights. We're in a mood and high as a kite. White trash, late night. Your mom is drunk and she just might. White trash, late nights. Getting down on a Saturday night.
Thanks, guys. Happy Friday the 13th. Ain't nothing scarier than trying to give someone your heart. And sometimes you don't have the best of luck. I'm an ex-side chick, and no one really ever talks about how that shit can affect your bowel movements. Never knowing when to eat, what to eat, never having anything too filling, never having anything that makes your breath smell funky because you don't know when and where you're going to link up with your sneaky person and how action will take place. This leaves you weak, drunk off of one drink, and irregular in the morning because you didn't want to shit yourself the night prior. I never saw myself as a side chick. I just saw myself as a two-piece meal for a while, or part of that. There were even a couple moments where I thought I was going to be promoted to first string. But those moments were fleeting. Sometimes a connection is strong, but people don't have the resources or the time to make it work. People say how you found him is how you lose him. I found him when he was lying about being co-parents with his baby's mama, so I figure as long as I didn't get pregnant, I'd be okay. That's another thing people don't realize about being a side chick is we never really know that's all we are starting out. And by the time all you know the facts of the situation, you're already hooked. And it's not something that most people would agree to if they knew everything up front. It's not like, yes, I would love to see my man make a post about how we should love everybody every day on Valentine's Day. His baby's mom was a lovely woman, too. When she found out about us, she said that kicking my ass would be on site. And I'd be like, on site where, darling? Give me the location details. I'll stay away from there. Our relationship had a lot of doubt, but it also had a lot of spark. We built a foundation of friendship, exclusiveness, and illusion. We barely had any trust. We constantly threatened to leave each other, and I thought it was going to last forever. And if you're in a situationship, give yourself the dignity of calling it a relationship, because that's what it was, even if your term of relation is going to be different from theirs in their mind. And before you start feeling bad for old girl, she was a cheater too, and she is happily pregnant with a new man, and sleeping with him was probably not the most disrespectful thing I did to her. Probably the most disrespectful thing was getting a ride from him in her dead grandma's car. Cheating is a vicious cycle. They say once a cheater, always a cheater. And I think that's true, but not in the way that people assume. I do believe that if you've cheated, you can find somebody that you don't want to cheat on and then don't. But what is true is once you've cheated, you're always going to have the mind of a cheater. So you're going to look at innocent moments and try to twist them into something that they're not. For instance, you could go to a store and take a little bit getting back, and it could be due to traffic. That's very plausible, and that happens all the time. Or if you're a cheater, you can use that moment to your advantage, go to a bathroom, take some selfies nude of yourself, and then send them to somebody. And this is something that I had to work on with him. I was always trying to see these innocent situations and twist them into something that they're not. I projected that onto him, and it was an issue that I was trying to fix within myself, and I didn't get right. Hopefully I'll get it right with the next one. And people are so quick to judge cheating, but they never try to fully understand the circumstances behind it. For me, it was when I was in an abusive relationship, and I couldn't get out. For him, it was because his child's mother would threaten custody of taking the child away. And sometimes you just get stuck, and sometimes you just get it. There's a movie called A Walk on the Moon. Stars Diane Lane, and she's married to Liev Schreiber, and she cheats on him with Viggo Mortensen. And I feel like that's reason enough. But there is a scene when she is away with the kids, calls Leaf Schreiber, and he's in the kitchen, and there's a sink full of dirty dishes. He's looking for a bowl for his cereal, ends up using a dirty pan on the stove. And in that moment, I'm like, I'd cheat on his ass too. That's it.
All right. We got sound now. We're good. All right.
Yay.
Thank you, Grandma, for the shout out. Kate, how the hell have you been?
I've been good.
All right.
Tell.
Oh, shit.
It sounds like
we
it.
need another mic.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you this right here.
Oh, you gave me the shit mic?
No.
Oh.
That's okay.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
Rev's gonna get batteries.
Yeah.
We
Glad we were real prepared for this one. I was on time.
He nailed the white trash late night, and no one on the internet got to hear it.
I know.
I think you should do it again. What do you guys think? Should
Welcome to
yeah.
Welcome to late night white trash.
No. You got to put your heart into it. The internet is
Welcome
watching.
to late night white trash.
No, not that one. White trash late. Remember the 4 count.
yeah.
2, 3, 4. White
Okay,
trash.
one more
late
time.
night. White trash late night.
All right. Welcome to white trash late night. I'm Mel Fascist Pig.
And I'm Blevo. And Rev is looking for batteries. I don't know if it's a
That's pretty
sex toy
quick.
scenario or.
Yeah, it's hard for him to keep batteries.
No, I was just sad because no one got to hear him nail the intro earlier.
Yeah.
So we all decided collectively that he should do it again.
All right. So how much truth was in all that?
All
All of it?
All
I
of
kind
it.
of figured that was a little true.
Yeah. I don't know. Is this actually working?
The
Okay.
internet.
Now we're all
the internet
nervous.
knows.
We're all
We
fucking
just. Yeah,
Am I
there-
wasting my breath or not?
No. Would you like to have yours back?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
yeah, he's got to have the pig mic.
All right, now order has been restored.
Now we're gonna do a 3-piece harmony.
Row your boat.
Gently down this. Okay. Sorry.
Row your boat.
Yeah.
Kate, what is your favorite horror movie? Actually, first question first. Would you like a shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Kate, what is your favorite horror movie?
I don't know if it could be really classified as horror, but The Lost Boys.
Oh, that's
That's
definitely.
hard.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's certainly qualified. Why would it not?
Yeah, it's vampires.
Yeah,
I mean,
not really like
it ain't like
scary.
jump scary or nothing.
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I actually like the Frog Brothers. I mean, how
Yeah.
do you not like the Frog
Edgar
Brothers?
and Allan Frog.
The other movies?
No, I didn't get to see those yet because now Corey Feldman's turned into a complete pain to watch.
You want to do all the way?
Oh, she paid for a full one, sir.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, they had the Tribe, Lost Boys, the Tribe, and then they had some other stuff. But then like Corey Haim died, and then I think they kind of just let it trickle out. But fun fact: the Tribe starred Angus Sutherland, who's Donald Sutherland, or Donald Sutherland's son, but Kiefer Sutherland's brother.
Brother?
Yeah.
Or-
Oh.
And then other fun fact: Donald Sutherland was the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I love that movie and I love that show. So it's like all the Sutherland men.
The Hillary
My
Swank.
favorite things. To the Sutherland men.
Nice. Is he still alive or did he finally croak?
Who's that? Donald
dead.
Sutherland.
Donald. He is dead?
He died.
God, that's a long ride.
It was either earlier this year or late last year.
I think his last hoorah was probably the Blue Jay thing or with
Oh, the Mockingjay.
Hunger Games,
Yeah. Hunger Games
he
series.
was like President Frost or something like that.
I never saw it. I can't
This
do
dude's
it.
not even American. We should probably call ICE right now.
On account of the Hunger Games?
But have you seen the Omens? That was him, right? Omens.
The Omen. Yeah.
The original Omens?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That was not him. What am I thinking of?
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, he
Or
was,
the original remake, rather.
yeah, he was a
Right.
food inspector.
I like this whole thing. Thank you.
Oh, hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, Count Drahoon. He's just been sitting here like a bump on a log.
I wasn't sure if I was invited in or not.
Yeah, he needed invited in.
You
You
have to-
invited him in.
You
Great.
have to be explicit with his type. You-
So
Yeah, you got to come out and say it.
the Count used to be one of the hosts on the show, and he went to Hollywood. And so tell us a little bit about, you went with Trauma? Was that, you were working with Trauma?
Ooh, trauma.
Well, I guess I still technically am. So I have a few episodes of my old podcast that are still on Troma now. But we sort of just went out there just to test the waters, see what was there, and now we're back here.
Well, you got a show now with Scuffles.
Yes, the Count and Scuffle show. We do live shows every. We typically do one Friday a month, but this show in a couple of weeks is actually going to be on a Saturday, on the 28th at Cedar Glade Brews in Murfreesboro.
Right on.
Nice.
So we do countdowns of best and worst movies. So each month is a different theme. So this month we're doing best and worst alien movies.
Okay.
So so we're gonna make fun of quite a few, and then revere others, and then we also have three local comics that are coming in and gonna do a few minutes before we get started.
Mr. Davis. You have Mr. Davis, right?
Unfortunately, Drew had to drop out.
Oh.
But we have
You
Andre.
didn't threaten. Okay, Andre's great.
Andre's coming, and
Good.
Mr. Bo Cowan and Dustin Callahan are going to be.
The Strangler.
Yeah.
But next time that Drew bails on you, you have to threaten his life.
Yeah.
I find that threatening his life works. He shows
Okay.
up. Yeah.
That's
great.
good to know. I
Yeah.
will try that. Next
Well, only
time.
with Drew. I wouldn't do it with anybody
Yeah.
else.
He also has.
no, that would be
Or
impolite.
Tim Christensen. Tim Christensen, I would throw him in the back of a trunk in a second.
I've never met him, but
Uh-huh.
I will keep that in mind if I
Sure.
ever do.
There you go. Kate,
Yay.
our new host, Blevo, would like to ask you a question.
Okay.
Now, you've already answered this one, so you have to come up with a complete different.
Okay.
Yeah. You've played this game before, but we need to know what is the most white trash thing that your family has ever done.
Hell yeah.
There are
So-
prizes, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, it's like not with my family, because like my family, I don't really see my family as white trash. But me and my best friend, when we were younger, when it was hot outside, neither one of us had a pool, so we would take these giant trash bags, like the big like ones that you put leaves in and stuff. One of us would get a chair. You put the bag, or you put the chair in the bag, and then you sit on the chair, and then you wrap it up to your shoulders, and then get the hose, and then fill it up with water,
Fuck yeah.
and just sit.
That's
That's a great idea.
Isn't
yeah,
that
that is a
called-
that just seems
I don't want
this
to do that now.
yeah.
Trash bag bath. I like it.
Isn't that waterboarding?
Oh, no, like up to the shoulders.
Okay, it was almost, but not
It's
quite.
the opposite of waterboarding.
Right.
It's the
But it's like a fine line between fun and waterboarding.
Yeah, women in STEM.
There you go.
interesting. So how do you get out of this contraption once you've and when do you know that you've had your fill?
I guess when you get cold, or I guess when you get pruny, or
Okay.
tired of it.
Okay.
You just let all
you're
the
just
water out.
you're just over it, and then you
Yeah.
just poke a hole in the side and
Well,
just.
not poke a hole or anything. It's like you would. It's like like a snuggie.
Oh, okay.
You pull it over yourself.
A water
snuggie.
a water
If you
snuggie.
will.
It's all
So-
fun and games until someone catches hypothermia.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hot.
It's
outside,
hot.
It'll be okay.
Well,
It's a
okay.
heat
that's a
stroke.
rather good point.
Somebody gets cooked in there. You broiled.
Trauma,
But-
though, that's the same company that did Die You Zombie Bastards, right?
I don't know if they did that one, but they
Toxic
did
Avenger.
Toxic
Yeah.
Avenger,
Toxic
Surf
Avenger.
Nazis Must Die,
Nuke 'em high.
Nazi-
Tromeo and Juliet.
Well,
Yes.
first Nazi Must Die, then
Robo
zombie
with a
Die You
shotgun.
Zombie Bastards, maybe.
It could be. I'd have to
Yeah.
check their catalog.
I
again.
will
You're
always
probably
sing
right.
the praises of Tromeo and Juliet. I mean, you've got a remake of a Shakespeare classic, but you've got James Gunn writing it in iambic pentameter mostly,
I love
and
iambic
then
pentameter.
Lemmy from Motorhead is doing most of the narration. And
Yeah,
there's-
yeah, I remember that now.
yeah, there's giant penis monsters. It's a whole thing. I mean, it's a fun night out. Go see it if you haven't.
Did you happen to see the other Troma Shakespeare film, # Shakespeare
Shakespeare
Shitstorm?
Shitstorm, directed by Zach Amico, or was it
No,
written
Lloyd
by?
directed it.
He directed
He
it.
did direct it.
Okay.
Zach Amico was in it, but
Okay. Interesting.
Kate, what are your upcoming gigs?
I got one. I want to say it's July. It's either July 13th or 14th, but Smokes and Jokes over in Murfreesboro. It's
Oh,
Nick
great.
Bush's show, and he has another host, but I don't know the other host's
it's
name.
Matt.
Matt. Okay. Hell yeah.
Tell him I said hey.
Thank you. I got that coming up, and then also putting good vibes out there. I submitted for the Asheville Comedy Festival
Nice.
and find out.
Denied.
Don't say that. Knock on
I'm
wood.
joking.
No, knock on.
knock
It's
on wood.
yeah.
Or
It,
knock on your forehead.
it's not like throwing $30 of submission money right into the river. There's something's gonna happen.
I mean, I did just find out, like, they posted, they're like, oh, we're going to announce who it is, like, on the 29th or whatever, and it's, like, only 30, and I'm like, shit, only 30? But, like, at the same time, I'm like, maybe not a lot of people submitted. I don't know. God just hope.
Find out.
I think everybody in the room submitted. I'm joking.
Just put the good vibes out there,
Yeah.
and good things will come.
Yes, putting it out there.
Well, we're rooting for you.
Yep.
All right,
Always.
everyone, give it up for Kate.
Okay.
All right. Next on the list, new to the show, give it up for Luke Diamond.
Hello there. So my name is Luke Diamond. It was annoying growing up with the name Luke because I grew up during the Star Wars prequel era. It never failed. Every day in third grade, my teacher, Mr. Thompson, would get to my name and roll call, just be like, Luke, here, I am your father. And that shit pissed me off because by third grade, I had never seen Star Wars or my father. No, it's all something that I do comedy when I have the perfect name for porn. I auditioned for one. I got the role of cameraman. POVs for sure. I used to be a Uber driver for a little bit, but they fired me for being a Christian. This guy comments on my. I have a cross hanging on my rear view. This guy's like, "Oh, I like the necklace. Are you like a devout Christian?" I'm like, "I'm a depressed one." I was like, because a devout Christian, they want to go to heaven one day, and the depressed Christian, we want to go now. And then I swerve in the traffic. So now for work, I'm a socially awkward bartender. Like every time I fix a drink for someone, I'll just slide it across the bar and just say, "Here, now put that in your mouth." And they're like, "Oh, why?" I'm like, "Because that's how drinking is done. How else are you going to do it?" Had a really awkward moment the other day. I'm role-playing the whole scenario. This guy comes in, orders a margarita. I'm shaking it for him. And I couldn't help but notice a lot of sad country songs coming on, a lot of New Morgan Wallen, if you know what I mean. And I was just like, man, who died? My brother. Was like, today the anniversary? No, it was this morning. Do you want salt on the rim or no? No, that's a story's always a good reminder. Like, don't take life too seriously. I don't watch the news. I don't keep up with things or sports or anything. The other day, my friends like, "You hear Israel and Palestine ended in a draw?" I'm like, "No idea. Didn't watch soccer." This one guy at a bar got in my face. He was like, "Anyone who listens to that new song by Kanye West, you know the one. They're a piece of shit and they deserve a spot in hell." I'm like, "All right, I'll pick a new song for karaoke. My bad." You're going to hear a lot of comics usually say they're on the apps for like dating. It's our way of saying we're awkward at talking to women in public. So I'm on the apps. It's not bad. I was dated this girl named Kennedy for a little while, and it was a really fitting name because like John F. Kennedy, she was really good at taking a load to her face in the back of a car. History puns. God love them. Nah. Dating in real life is just awkward, though, because it's like my best friend's girlfriend kissed me once. That was weird. To make it worse, she's like, "Oh, you kiss better than my boyfriend does." And I didn't know what to say because so did she. So it's June. Happy Pride to the people it applies to. I forgot we're in Tennessee. My bad. Forgot. I'll read the room next time. My mom came out of the closet recently. She's not gay. Her urn just took up a lot of space. I love telling that joke in the South because the first time I did it, this guy comes up to me. He's like, "That joke about your mom's good." For a second, I was afraid she was actually gay. When her passing was heavy on my sister, who is a basic white woman, so she wanted to use a Ouija board to talk to her. We all know what a Ouija board is. All right, cool. I don't need to explain it. We put our hand over the little planchette, whatever. We circled around, just say if there's someone here that wants to talk to us. And it just starts shaking, like really hard. Not spelling anything, just shaking. And she's like, what's going on? I'm like, she had Parkinson's. And then the thing just flew across the room with no one was touching it. And then she left me in the room by myself with some candles and a ghost that stutters. That's all I had. Thanks, guys.
All right. Come have a seat, sir. Oh, yeah. Priorities.
Yes,
Would you like a shot?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. So, what got you in comedy, man?
There you are, sir. Yes.
It's always such a deep question. But for me, I'm going to be completely honest. It is what I feel like God put me on this earth to do.
All right.
Ironic of that set that I mentioned that, but
Well, no. You seem very righteous.
well, you know, I don't like to brag, but I'm pretty humble. Like, I don't think you're going to find anyone more humble than this guy right here.
What is your favorite horror movie, sir? Or do you even watch horror movies?
I watch horror movies. Sinister is probably my favorite.
No shit.
Okay.
All right.
I like the paranormal, supernatural horrors more than anything. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's the one where it convinces the kids to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Like one kid in the family.
Yeah.
It goes, okay, I saw that. What was it? Ethan Hawke in there?
Yeah, great movie. The sequel is hilarious. Yeah, there is a sequel. The main cop, like trying to save the family, runs one of the kids over in a cornfield.
Oh, that's right.
It was hilarious.
It was Hereditary, or what was the sequel called?
Sinister 2.
Sinister 2.
Sinister 2.
Yeah.
Sinister 2.
Sinister 1, it kept me up for 2 days. Second one, the kids are getting yeeted in a cornfield by an F-150.
I mean, that's just good
The
times.
kid should have been 4 tough.
It's a good advertisement.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So how long you been doing comedy, sir?
8 years in total. I was kind of off for about 4 years, though. I was with a woman. We were just trying to focus on being a normal, basic white family.
How'd that work for you?
Oh, here I am.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's,
He put in the work.
yeah, I mean, you wear the khaki cargo shorts for a while. You put your cell phone on your belt one day at a time, and then you just.
Dude, I had the
You
full
say-
clip case going.
That's right, dude. You have to.
Oh, OtterBox cargo shorts year round.
Oakleys? Ever into Oakleys?
And did you wear them
Okay,
behind your
behind
head?
your-
or-
Okay, the Oakleys are in good condition still. Say what you want. I've had this for 8 years.
Okay.
Nice.
I should get a job at a carnival. I knew he had Oakleys. I could just tell.
Yeah, big Oakley
Oh,
energy over
Oakley
here.
guy when I see him.
Yeah, you can tell.
Are you from here originally?
No, I live in Kentucky now. I grew up near Philly.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Just migrating further south.
Do you have a favorite comedian?
Probably Jimmy Carr.
Oh, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
I like the dark humored shit.
Right on.
Yeah, very
But also different type of humor too.
sure.
Yeah.
And short and precise writing as well. And yeah.
Try to be very focused with all your words.
Yeah, absolutely.
I listened to his book Before and Laughter. It really made me focus and hunker down more on what I'm writing and the words I'm choosing to use. And also just quit being a bitch and just go on stages.
Yeah.
Do it.
Was that a problem when you first started doing it?
No, just kind of like just going up there and not really caring if you do well or not because you're working on stuff.
Sure.
And that's the point of doing a lot of open mics. Like,
Do you hit the mics often?
I try to. I work 3 jobs, so it is.
Oh,
yeah,
shit. All right.
Yeah.
3 jobs.
Yeah, so thanks for the free Bud Light.
Yeah, definitely. Just have one for the road as well.
What's your,
And
what's your favorite job out of the 3?
Oh, I bartend at 2 different bars. Work at a cigar bar in Kentucky.
Nice.
It's a
and
lot
John
of fun.
Taffer has not made an appearance at either of these, right?
No, not yet.
Okay.
He won't need to. We're doing just fine.
I've never seen bar equipment used that effectively as a prop before, so kudos.
That's a real story that happened like 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
I paid for his margarita. I'm like, fucking RIP, dude. I don't know. I don't really know where to go from here.
Well, did he get salt around the rim?
Yeah, half salt.
Oh, man.
I'm like, I kind of just want to pour one out now.
That makes it sadder to have a salted rim drink on the day your brother dies.
Also, like,
Salty.
it was just not expected to be him. It was just my luck. Like I just asked who died. I didn't actually want a legitimate answer.
but if
Yeah,
that's the
I
day
think
it
so. That's like, I
happens,
shouldn't ask questions. I don't know what they answer.
As a bartender, do you try to be like someone's therapist? Do you like try talking to people?
No, because the last time I did that, this guy was like, "Yeah, I cheated on my wife, and I got this girl that I cheated on her with pregnant, and she gave me chlamydia."
Wait,
This was
what?
like my second day working.
Merc.
Yeah, I'm like, God bless, dude.
There is like I hear a lot of this like pregnancy chlamydia exchange. Like I've known several people that have gotten pregnant but also gotten chlamydia. Is you get a better chance of getting pregnant when you get chlamydia?
I think it's just you gotta get the right coupon.
yeah. What's the
It's like
exchange rate on that?
it's
By the way,
it's a buy one get one deal.
you buy one get one.
You get it at Publix.
Isn't it harder for guys to get chlamydia though?
I don't know. I have never
Well,
had
no.
anything my entire life, not once. I am 52. Yeah, fuck you. I am 52 years old and never caught a fucking thing, man. And I've thrown some dick around, man. I'm not saying. I mean, I've done some fucked
Been
up
some
shit.
scary places in
I've
my
done some
day.
shit where I woke up in the morning, I'm like, damn, maybe I need to get checked.
Yeah.
Like I've done some scary shit. I never got checked, but I mean,
That whole bang tour in Africa worked out pretty well for you, didn't it?
no, but it's like every time I've gone and have a checkup, like my last girlfriend, that bitch went on a fucking tear behind
You're
my
lucky
back.
on that one. I-
Dude, so I went, and like, when I found out, I went immediately to the fucking doctor, and they're like, well, there's not I was like, nothing? They're like, no, did you do this check? I was like, there's seriously, I've got to get
I'd
something.
have to try again, Mr. Doc.
Did you have to take the Q-tip down the dick hole for a nothing?
No, so this is
Okay.
the thing. So,
Okay.
like, they did also a preempt. When I went in there, like, well, it takes so long for the test to come back. Do you just want to go and preempt and take all the shots? And I was just like, yeah, I think I'd feel better to do that. So, like, they stuck me in my ass like 3 times, dude. For weeks, I was fucking sore. I was like, God damn.
They probably don't offer that to everybody that walks through the door.
Kind of
It's just-
assumes
they profiled
I
you.
told them everything that happened. They were looking at me like, damn, we're going to give
Yeah,
you
we'll
the works.
we'll
Sounds
give you
like
extra
you got
shots.
enema and you didn't want it.
I didn't get enema.
I don't mean to sound
Close
like an
enough.
alcoholic, but when you said you're doing shots at the doctors, I was like, hell yeah, dude.
That's a badass doctor.
I've never got high with a doctor. So that's wrong. A dentist. A dentist accidentally put me on too much nitrous, and I started going through, like, I don't know what a K-hole is, but I can only imagine, like, you're going down this spiral. Dude, I was tripping. Like, I've done acid that wasn't this hallucinogenic. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, there's a point where I want to tap out and be like, hey, man. And then, like, I was like, nah, fuck it, write it out. And I wrote it out, man. I was just like, dude, I fucking tripped so hard. And then there was a point where the tooth that he was trying to fucking pull out, he fucking breaks, so I could hear it. I don't feel it, but I hear it go break, and he goes, "Ah, shit." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" And I'm tripping.
He's
tripping.
you're hallucinating like Hatchet Men and ICP members in a.
Machine L's.
Oh man, because I would have to assume that on a Whip It trip you would have to like it would be ICP imagery. That's
All I know is if I was a dentist, at the end of the day, I'd be hitting that fucking thing.
just
Fucking all blue velvet, fucking Dennis Hopper. Yeah.
I'll fuck anything that moves.
I should have worn my bolo tonight.
Yeah. Luke, Mr. Blevins.
Blevins!
Thank you, sir.
I have a question.
I might have an answer.
All right, what is the most white trash thing your family has ever done?
I wouldn't say my family, but like some friends of mine, like in the neighborhood.
Okay.
Summer of 2002, we played every night during summer vacation a game called Fork Bat. There's a bat around the neighborhood, and we just walked around with forks, throwing them at the bat.
Okay.
That's offensive.
So did any of them stick to the bat?
We each hit one once, and then we kind of gave up because we were afraid.
Wait a minute, that was you?
So what would happen if you actually threw it and you forked the bat real good? I mean, like, then you got to, like, claim your prize and eat it?
And
You
if
gotta
you-
take the tear out the heart or what? I mean,
I was like 7 years old. I was just doing what some teenagers told me to try to be cool.
Wait a minute. These are real bats or like a baseball?
No, like
bats.
flying bats.
I thought you said
like
I thought you said
piss
2022.
people.
No, 2002.
Oh,
So I mean,
If you all want to play, we could find some forks.
what I'm just saying is that
All right, I'll assume the position.
if the bat doesn't die, then you've armed a bat with a fork.
I mean, Dude, Philly's
Could've
rough,
came back
man.
to
You gotta
bite
be
you,
ready
really.
out in the
You
streets.
have to be ready. The Fresh Prince did not rap about that.
Exactly.
You didn't.
All right.
That's pretty white trash.
That's yeah.
I like that.
It had layers.
It was the several hours a night the whole summer.
I think my brothers, if they're listening, they're probably going to try it tonight. Because it just sounds like a fun time.
It's a great time.
Yeah.
I was 7. I was just trying to catch lightning bugs. I was putting the bats up in the air.
We don't recommend that you try it, but if you're going to do it, wait till after I fly home from the show. Thank
yes.
you.
Yes. Don't. Yeah.
Respect the count, man.
We
Respect.
got to respect the count.
Mr. Diamond, what are your upcoming gigs, sir?
June 14th, I'm at Country Boy in Georgetown doing a show with Keith Ray, guy down at the Mothership. June 15th, I'm doing The Funniest Person in Louisville. So if you hate your father, come make him watch me do comedy. That's about all I got on the up and up coming up.
Thank you for coming out, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Good to have
Hopefully
you,
come
man.
back
Very
out
funny
again.
shit, man.
We got a couple more shows left. This next show is going to be our superhero episode, trying to get people to dress up like superheroes.
Well, good luck with that
I'm going to
one.
dress up like a doctor who just cured a kid of cancer.
Baking
The
soda.
real hero.
The real heroes.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paris Crosby, new to the show.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here tonight. Where's my camera? Is this it right here? Okay. This whole setup reminds me that, like, if you happen to be a serial killer, you should be a comedy booker, because obviously us open micers will come to anything, and you could definitely murder us at any point you want. But yeah, thank you for all the plus ones that came out tonight. Appreciate it. Thank you for Jack and Jill back here. I barked them into this debacle. If you want to steal anything, now's your chance, bro. But anyways, yeah, my name is Paris. I'm sure you're wondering what's going on with all this up here, so I'll give you a little background on myself, right? My mom is Japanese, and my dad is white, so obviously when I was born, I came out Hawaiian. Oahu, y'all. You know, the first time I did that joke in Lexington, some guy literally raises his hand in the middle of my set, and he asked me, so do you take credit for Pearl Harbor or Hiroshima? What kind of question is that, dude? Like, both. But, like, can't you see, like, I'm doing something right now. You're messing up my flow. And then, yeah, I did somewhat ironically proceed to bomb, so I'm a little more American than I thought, you know? Shit. I am very Japanese, too. I have very Japanese qualities as well. For example, I was a very good test taker growing up. Anyone else? Anyone else? Yeah? One? Seems right. All right. Yeah. Don't worry if you weren't good at taking tests. It's a shit skill to have as an adult, you know. It's great as a kid, though. I mean, you want to see what A's and B's get you, just check it out, dude. Yeah. Yeah, you get good grades. You, too, could drive 7 hours for 5 minutes of stage time. Like, it's great. It's a good time. It's a good time. No, I was really good at taking tests, though. I was great at it. Never failed a single one, as long as you don't count the driver's test. That's a different kind of test, okay? I wasn't ready for it. And in hindsight, like asking my very Japanese immigrant mother to teach me how to drive, not a good idea, right? Yeah, there was only 2 things I had to do on my driver's test, right? It was a 3-point turn and parallel parking. That's it, okay? I asked my mom to teach me how to 3-point turn. She just looks at me, she goes, that's fucking stupid, just U-turn. Like, all right, Mom. She's got a point, though, right? Like, when am I gonna have to like make a Dukes of Hazzard getaway like from the cops or something? But if you're at your driver's test and they ask you to do a 3-point turn and you go, that's fucking stupid, dog, and you just rip a U-turn, they will fail you immediately. Immediately. I tried to get my mom to teach me how to parallel park, bro. Couldn't even get through the word parallel. Way too many R's and L's in that shit. Right? She turned into Scooby-Doo. She was like, yeah. I still have trouble with my right and left, if you know what I'm talking about. But no, I recently realized that I'll never be funnier than my grandmother, my Japanese grandmother. She has dementia, and that's not the funny part, by the way. But yeah, so she got like a really good form of dementia. Like she'll tell you the same story 5 times in a row, and you'll be like, Grandma, you just told me that, and she'll just be like, oh, I got to tell it again. I'm like, all right, touche, you know, like, what am I going to do? But there was one day where I'm just having lunch with her, right? It's dead silent in the house. And we're just sitting there having lunch. And all of a sudden she goes, I'm so glad we lost the war. Did you know we used to have to sit on the floor? It's like, damn, Grandma, okay. Spin some bars out here. She's just like, you know, she went through 2 nuclear bombs, a firebombing, and all she can think about, she's like, oh, thank you, white man. Thank you so much. I'd love a chair on my knee. Thank you so much. Yeah. But being biracial, though, it's not too much different than anyone else. You just grow up with twice as many expectations to fail. Everything else is, you know, pretty much the same. Like, for example, you know, growing up, American kids wanted to fight me because they thought I knew karate, you know? And at the same time, kids in Japan, they would try to fight me because they thought I had a gun. I'm like, but not everything was like weirdly violent like that. Some things were just a little annoying, you know? Like in America, kids would be like, "Dude, you're Japanese. Let me see your math homework." All right, touche. You got me. Yeah, take it. Yep. All the answers are correct. Don't worry. But then in Japan, kids would be like, "Oh, you American? Let me see your big fat cock." I was like, seriously, dude, what the hell? Now, you might be asking yourself, like, Paris, why is it a big deal if a bunch of Japanese people think you have a big cock? Like, you know, you don't have to show them or anything. And those people aren't aware of the great tradition of public bathhouses in Japan. Yeah, if you don't know, it's completely normal culturally to go to a bathhouse with your friends, your family even, and get completely naked and just bathe with each other. Yeah, I know. It gets a little tense when I say that, and it's bad imagery. I get it. But it's not that bad, because you realize once you walk in that everyone's genitals are blurred out anyways. So you're totally fine, dude. Just pixelated bush. That's all you got there. All right, that's my time. Thank you, everybody.
Welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Panda face. I like it. I approve. Don't worry. You don't have to get, you know. It's all good. Hey, sound guy, what's your name, brother? Jack. Nice to meet you. Blink twice if you're in trouble, bro. How you doing over here? Yeah? We didn't acknowledge, you know, the artist in the corner yet.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
We're saving that for the end.
It's a David Lynch movie up in here.
It
All right.
really is.
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, thanks for having me
So
on.
what have you been up to since you were the bad guy on Karate Kid 2?
Great question. I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
What's your favorite horror movie, bud?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know if it's a horror movie, but I'm wearing the shirt. This is a Pearl Harbor shirt. And I don't know if it's horror for me.
It's a shirt for the movie.
Yeah. It's
Not for Pearl Harbor.
No.
But for Pearl, because you're really a Michael Bay fan.
Yeah. Well, it's more of a hero's journey, if you ask me.
Sure.
But
some of Ben Affleck's best work.
Yeah.
And
I agree. But if not that, then what's that one? Jeepers Creepers. That had me in a chokehold in middle school. Yeah, that's a rough one.
Yeah,
But,
that one's good.
Yeah, but I don't really watch scary movies. I'm a pussy. I'm sorry.
Right on.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Video games.
You got me, bro. You got me. Yep, right up my alley.
Right on.
Yes, sir.
Do you like Until Dawn?
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to see that.
Well, no, it was based off
the
a
game.
video game.
Video game?
And everybody that plays the video game says that the movie's terrible.
Didn't you have an accent before?
It come and goes.
I like your shirt.
Good save. All right.
Where
Good Chinese accent.
where did you drive from?
I'm from Lexington, where
Lexington,
Luke
Kentucky?
is from,
Oh,
actually.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Did y'all ride together or ride
No,
separate?
we hate the environment, bro. We're guys.
Would you like a shot, sir?
Oh, I gotta drive back. I'm good.
Right.
It's not.
Two shots,
It's
yeah.
not even breaking the law in Kentucky. I think.
All right,
you
fuck
can,
it. Let's go then. Yeah, give me a shot.
Yeah, it's Kentucky.
Jeez, I didn't mean to do that, you guys.
Way to peer pressure me, dog. Shit.
I'm not even
the droid
drinking.
you're
So.
looking for.
Oh man.
You know what's crazy is bourbon is cheaper in Japan than it is in Kentucky.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, low key because Suntory owns a lot of the bird, like Maker's Mark, Buffalo Trace. I think even Four Roses is all owned by Japanese people.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe not Four Roses. I don't know. I'm just talking out my ass. But so you're welcome. You know?
So to talking out our ass.
Yes, to that.
That's what we do.
No, appreciate you having me, man.
So we have to eat the costs so y'all can have, or so they can have cheaper liquor? Because
Yeah,
it's made
dude.
here.
I literally brought a bottle of Elijah Craig to Japan to like give to someone, be like, here's a free, bourbon from Kentucky. I go to the liquor store, the same exact bottle is about $16, whereas I got it for like $30 in Kentucky. Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that wild?
This is
That
part.
is
This is
wild.
part of Japanese culture you don't hear about often.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's very
How
interesting.
often do you go back and forth to?
I used to go every year when I was a kid, but now it's been less frequent. I'm planning another trip this year. But cigarettes, too, are way cheaper in Japan. They make zero tobacco, and cigarettes are like $3 a pack across the board.
These guys' negotiating skills are pretty good.
They're great, dude.
So, is there like a red light district in Japan? Is
Yeah. In Tokyo, there's a couple places you can go and get your dick sucked for sure. Yeah, if you're wondering. Let's cut to the chase, bro. You know what you want.
Well, yeah, it's
All right.
obvious.
So, what I was going to ask is it like Thailand where you have the girly boys, or is it more straightforward?
No, it's no lady boys in Japan. Not that I know of. I don't know.
Because like
Apologies
I would
if there
like to
are.
go to Japan. I've been to Amsterdam, and they're like the red light district there was pretty rad. But
Yeah.
like my only other place on my bucket list would be Japan, and
Yeah.
particularly because I would like I like video games and the whole culture and everything like that, the food especially.
Hell yeah.
But like I would like to check out the red light district there too. But I was just like. There's some places that you just don't want to go. Like I hear all kinds of shit about fucking Thailand, Philippines, shit like that. So
Well, it is the land of the rising sun, so it's not a district. It's like the whole country, really.
So I work for the Japanese.
Do
and-
you?
Yes, and
Back to work, bro.
We had back to work. So we had they had this like competition where if you come up with something, you'd go present it there. It's like a Kaizen competition.
Oh, okay.
And so
what's
this guy
Kaizen?
Kaizen means like constant improvement, always improving, like always like innovation, almost like something.
Sounds
like
like
that.
Japanese.
And so this guy goes and he says everybody's coming up to him and going, and he's like, "Oh man, these people are nice. They're saying peace, peace." And
Yeah.
then, no, they're saying, they're telling about the bombs. Like we owe you too. They wasn't saying peace to him.
Oh,
wow.
They're like we owe you too. So, anyways,
I don't know. They like peace signs over there. I don't know if that's what they're doing. They're just trying to cheese a little bit, Just
Where
did you get this information?
yeah. Who
oh,
told
from
you?
a
This?
maintenance guy that actually got to go.
Oh, okay.
I was on the list, but I got cut.
Yeah.
Only 2 people
Yeah.
got to go.
What the
instead
fuck
of
are
4.
you doing, dude? At work.
Engineering.
Maintenance
And
guys.
was the maintenance guy the one who told you that it was Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the two fingers?
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what he said.
That's what
Okay.
that Jew bastard said.
Oh my!
All right.
I'm joking. But he was a Jew bastard.
Free Palestine.
Hashtag demonetized.
We have never been monetized.
Oh, that's
No.
true. That's true.
We would never
Say
will
retard?
be.
Okay. So
Yeah.
You can say whatever, doesn't matter. No one watches the show anyway.
Oh,
guys.
the second we get monetized, they'll go ahead and just kill our channel and be like, "Pfft,
Yeah.
just going. There's no deliciously nothing no more. It's just gone.
So we're still growing as a channel on YouTube. Check us out on Rumble. Rumble is actually steadily growing. They're a year behind, so it's kind of like time traveling. That you could travel back into the future and watch all of our like older episodes. And like in editing, and I'm watching some of these things, dude. I don't want to toot like our own horn or anything like that, but some of that shit is funny. Like, and it catches you wrong because you're not expecting it, and you're like, God damn, we actually got that on air. It's
Current events.
Toot, bitches. That's all I'm saying. Toot.
Speaking of Blevo,
Yeah,
lay
man.
it on this man.
All right, so this isn't necessarily
It's a prize.
There's a prize, and it's not necessarily
crack pipe?
about
You can use it for crack.
if you. Yeah, it's your
You got
discretion.
Brillo.
Okay.
No,
It's
no
your
It works better
discretion.
with an antenna, though, from what I understand.
Okay.
But it and this couldn't be from your Japanese side as well, because white trash culture, it's all inclusive. Okay.
Yeah.
Halfway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So,
he's got the halfway track.
what is the most white trash thing your family has ever done?
Yeah. That's well, my white half is Danish, so it's not. I don't know.
So you're upper class.
Yeah.
on your white-
He doesn't know anything about
you
this trash
outrank me
stuff.
by like 3/4 of
That's
a
what I'm
man. I
saying.
think. Yeah.
Would you being white trash be? Would that be using a dip can as a ninja star?
That's a good one. That's a good because I have done that actually. So
Really?
that's a solid
Did
suggestion.
it work out for you?
100%, dude. I got
Great.
that fucking.
You didn't hit a bat, did you?
No, not at all. Wrong Asian. Anyways, but I do. Yeah,
like I said, we're S tier white, S tier Asian. You
Okay.
know? I'm just a hybrid of the best. I do have some like not trashy, but like very stereotypical Japanese stuff.
Okay.
Like the first word I was taught in Japanese was brain surgeon. I'm not even joking, dude.
Oh wow.
My name, I know hello, goodbye. I knew.
Oh, so like from like a little,
I was 2.
Yeah.
That's the only word.
and that's your first word is brain surgeon.
You want to know what it's like being a little Japanese?
So what's the word? No geta.
Close enough.
You gotta say it more angry. You gotta be more angry.
My first word was psychosomatic, and then it just dictated how my life went from then on.
That's exactly what happened to me.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, brains are yeah.
Exactly.
That was seriously your first word?
Right.
Yeah, it's like when you wake up as a person and you have consciousness for the first time. My cousins were like holding encyclopedias and trying to get me to say like big words because they thought it was cute, and then all of a sudden I emerge as a person at like 2 or whatever.
I love how you're just talking to me like you're a normal person.
No. I'm pleading my case.
Oh, you know, just psychosomatic.
Psychosomatic?
You know, like half the population.
Of course, it was not mom or dad or anything.
I will say that.
Why would it be?
Of course, if you knew my parents, you would be asking the same thing.
I will say. So when growing up, I was in 5th grade, right, and we had like band auditions. They weren't really auditions. It was more like you sat one-on-one with the teacher, and she did a couple of tests, and she would determine what you would be good at, right? And I was really good at the rhythm part. And she was like, hey, you should be a percussionist. And I, no joke, straight face, I just looked at her, I go, my mom said I have to play the saxophone. And then, like no joke, dude, that's seriously what happened. Ended up going to college for it, too. So she's, you know.
Do you play sax?
I did play the saxophone, yeah.
You
just
put it
enough,
down?
yeah, to get into school and, you know, make my mom proud for a second. That was about it, yeah. Now I do this, and she hates it. She fucking hates it.
You've had a blessed life, I can tell.
Quite, yeah. You know, a lot of internal turmoil, but who cares about that?
Yeah,
you know?
Well, everybody has to
That's
do
that's
that.
what therapy
Doesn't
is
matter
for.
if you're rich or poor. You still gotta
We don't believe
deal
in
with your
that,
insides.
That's
Oh,
right.
That's
Yeah.
white people shit.
That's some white people
You're,
shit,
you're
too.
half white.
I am half white, yeah. The Asian wins a lot of the time, though. Like, shut up, pussy.
Nah, you got the good eyes, man.
Thanks. Thanks. I appreciate that, dog. Yeah.
Oh,
You're
wow,
blessed.
that was hilariously problematic.
It's okay.
It's okay. They're Asian.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's
They don't have no
funny.
feelings. It's
Oh,
like
man.
fish.
What are your up?
he's just digging the hole.
I was just
deeper
doing
and
a Kurt
deeper-
Cobain. It's okay
deeper
to
and
eat
deeper.
fish.
I was born in Seattle,
I
too, so
caught it.
that's another reference that hits at home. So he's nailing it right now, actually. Keep
Nice.
going, bro. Yeah,
I
what
can
else?
smell Seattle right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I
that's
think
my
you're fucking
armpits.
hilarious, to be honest with you.
Appreciate it.
How long have you
Yeah.
been doing this, actually? Like,
About 6 months or so.
No
Like,
shit.
pretty
Right.
fucking good for
So-
6 months, man.
Of course, you would excel
Not a
at
natural.
it.
Like, read the room.
I study
That's your
hard.
whole deal. Yeah.
It's his mother.
Yeah, that is all my content is my mom, pretty much, and my grandma. That's what
Just
that's my
fuels it.
angle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to ask about the shirt, though.
Yes.
I've been transfixed by it all night.
Yeah,
It's a
right.
great shirt.
You know, this is to lure them in. You know, the
Right.
nice Christians. This is Noah's Ark.
Oh yes.
It's
Okay.
Noah's Ark,
I'm
and
aware.
if they're not aware, I go, surprise, Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
You're like a Russian nesting doll of Tennessee nightmares.
Like, it's like,
Yeah.
it represents life, and it's like,
Yeah, exactly.
Genius.
All right. Mr. Crosby, what are your upcoming gigs?
Oh, so me and my buddy Colin Rook, shout out Colin, we run this thing called Wildcat Comedy Co. in Lexington, Kentucky. We put on 2 shows a month. We do open mics every week, trying to build a scene out there.
Nice.
And our next show will be next Thursday. Headliners Mike Fields, local Lexington legend. The following Friday, we have some Cincy boys coming down, Nick Higdon, Andrew Purnell, Stephen Bayer. But we're always doing these shows twice a month. We'll be doing Don't Tell as well in
Heck yeah.
Lexington. So, but yeah, so if you want to see just Wildcat Comedy Co., that's where we're at. Yeah, we're just trying to make people laugh. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Appreciate you coming on.
God's work.
Yeah, dude. I
God's
gotta
work.
make my exit back home. I got a flight to catch in the morning. So
Right
thank you
on.
all for
No,
having
no,
me.
we definitely appreciate
Yeah,
you.
Yes.
but yeah.
Come on
Thank you,
again, man. We got one more in September and then another one in October.
Cool. I will. I'll be busy. No, I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Give it up one more time for Mr. Crosby.
Ah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, new to the show, John Lenz.
Get out of the way, Paris. Everybody loves a whodunit. They make them for all ages. Criminal Minds is just Scooby-Doo for adults. You ever wonder what it'd be like if Scoob and the gang covered a case? Like Gar Scoob. That's the third beheading this week. Well, Reggie, we got to get this Rick registered. Watching Criminal Minds, I've noticed most of the bad guys are white dudes with issues. You notice it's mostly white dudes with issues? Comedy. My friends make fun of me for weird things. They call me gay for listening to Ariana Grande. I'm 90% sure that's not how that works. She has a song called Break Up With Your Girlfriend because I'm bored. And I like to pretend that she's singing to me. And the chorus goes, break up with your girlfriend. Yeah, because I'm bored. You can hit it in the morning. Yeah, like it's yours. Now, fellas, I'm not sure what's gay about that. Delusional is the word you're looking for. My friends also make fun of me for playing Fortnite. They said, you should grow up. Fortnite is for children. Play Call of Duty. Like, fellas, there are worse things to do online with children. It's not to catch a predator. I'm just trying to catch #1 victory royales. That does change the meaning of fuck them kids. And it's Fortnite, so instead of teabagging, you emote on them. Me and my wife are trying to have kids. Thank you, wife. But we've been trying for about a year now, so my wife's starting to worry that my swimmers might be less Michael Phelps and more Matthew Perry. Yeah, sometimes jokes go that way. So she wants me to get tested and stop smoking weed. And look, I'll get tested, no problem. But stop smoking weed? What, do you expect me to play Fortnite sober? Get real. Also, plenty of parents are potheads. Both of my parents were. My mom still is. And Dad only stopped because you stop doing everything when you die. So maybe, let's see what the semen sommelier has to say first. That's not what they're called, by the way, and they don't like it for some reason. Urologist. Whatever. You're overreacting. Calm down, cum consultant. Take it easy, Professor Pre-Cum. These jizz journeymen just can't take a joke. My urologist was a nice old lady. Yeah, nice old ladies can do things. Not be president. That's not my opinion, that's America's opinion. These broads are 0 for 2 to the same guy. They did get mad at me after my prostate exam. I'm not sure if it's because I asked for a second opinion or if it's because I started doing confessional afterwards. But it's not my fault. Muscle memory just kicks in. I've been working on some impressions. I'll do them for you guys now. So first one, my Michael Myers. Thank you. This next one's a little bit different. This is Silent Bob. All right, until next time, I'm John Lenz.
I think your Silent Bob was spot on.
It's pretty accurate. That was very funny. Yes.
Mr. Lenz, sir. How the hell are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, man.
Getting a little buzzed.
It's my first time hanging out in a garage doing comedy /
You know, it's where the best comedy winds up happening because no one gives 2 fucks about anything. So
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm here, so it's not the best. But
I mean, hey. So what got you into comedy?
It's like midlife crisis.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, you're walking around with resting serial killer face. You have to do something creative to keep them off your scent. I mean, it's a whole...
Yeah, white dude, serial killer face. We all got it.
Yeah.
We all got some potential in us.
What got you into comedy other than the midlife crisis?
I've always thought it was funny, class clown growing up, and just figured, why not?
How old are you?
35.
All right.
It's midlife crisis. Like, you're not that old, but I used to be a lot fatter, so probably
All right.
midlife.
Give it 5 more years.
Of life? Or
Either.
Either
It all
or.
works in the
I
same.
was counting on 3 more years.
Like 500 in my case.
Yeah.
Sting doesn't live that long.
Okay, that's the first time I've heard that one before. I kind of like that one. I'll start carrying around a baseball bat.
All right. So we're doing horror movie theme tonight. What is your favorite horror movie?
I'm not the biggest horror movie fan.
Your shirt says otherwise.
Yeah.
David S. Pumpkins over here. What's
I don't like horror
It's mushrooms and shit too. So it's like Are you into psychedelics?
Yeah.
Are you into psychedelics?
I've done mushrooms a couple of times, but like I haven't felt anything different than like just smoking weed. So
Really?
Really?
right mushrooms.
Do you take medications? No, I mean, I'm just saying because that could get in the way of your mushroom trip.
Well, with the serial killer things.
I mean,
He has to for all of our
Yeah, for all
sake.
of us.
Yeah, if you're on lithium, it doesn't work with shrimp. I don't think.
yeah. There's certain psychedelics are great, especially if you're having a midlife crisis. But then if you're on like SSRIs and shit like that, then you're just not gonna do you any good.
No, unmedicated for the most part. You know,
Good.
generic allergy
Stay that
medicine.
way. Stay. All right. Well,
Benadryl, baby, all
Yeah,
day
exactly.
long. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait. So who is your favorite comedian
So it changes from time to time, but if I just pick one, like Louis
right now?
CK,
Who's your favorite?
Louis C.K.
Right now it's Dan Soder.
Oh yeah, he's
That's
hilarious.
always good.
He's got some great voices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Him when he was on the bonfire with Jay Okerson, I loved the coverage that they did on all the Corey Feldman
Feldman's,
stuff.
yeah.
As like that should have won a Pulitzer Prize
For sure.
It was good.
Go check it out on YouTube, but not while Deliciously
Right,
Nothing
not
is
right
on.
not right
We're
now.
done.
Yeah.
You can pause this. So Corey Feldman, man, I go back and forth because so as far as horror movies, Corey Feldman was little Tommy Jarvis. He was also in Lost Boys and stuff like that.
Yep.
So to me, growing up, Corey Feldman was just. It was when he started hanging out with Michael Jackson, and he started emulating Michael Jackson. Started doing the dance.
He said
the
that
Jerry curl.
that Michael Jackson is emulating his dance moves. By the way, that's what he's telling people.
Yeah, he's a little out there. Have you seen him trying to play guitar? He thinks he's really welling on this thing,
So-
and it's just making goddamn.
That's what I
racket.
was.
He
that's-
also thinks he's a singer, a good one.
Yeah.
He was.
I applaud him for having no shits whatsoever. You know what I mean? Not give a shit. Because you have to not give a shit to get up here and act.
You also
That-
have to be
that's-
mentally
that's-
ill in that field. To be an actor, I mean, when you actually start,
Can it be both?
Sure. Podcasts are great because when they start, you'll have a professional actor like Josh Brolin, and you're like, oh shit, it's Josh Brolin. And then you get 30 minutes into the interview, and you're like, oh, Josh Brolin is fucking crazy.
They're all crazy.
Yeah, man.
And then an hour into it, you're like, holy fucking shit, bro. Josh, if you actually go down just on Josh Brolin alone, just on his fucking rabbit hole with lions and shit, man. I mean, just go into the whole fucking. But other people, I mean, when you start looking at actors, I think they get lost. I think they forget who they are, or they're trying to be somebody that they think that they are. It's just you can see this disconnect where they go back and forth and shit. And you're just like, you
It
guys
makes
aren't
sense though. You're trying to your job is to play something that you're not.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden you're not.
Well,
Like
yeah.
you're not. If you get too good at it and too far in, you're kind of like Jim Carrey with Man on the Moon playing Andy Kaufman. They say he's
Well, that's
still.
method
They say he still hasn't snapped out of it.
That's
since
the
that.
method acting. And I understand method acting, especially if you're taking on a character. But there's these people that you're talking to them and you
They're Looney Tunes.
yeah, completely fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. We've seen all of you, everybody that's been here.
Oh, anybody who is a comedian, a musician, anybody who's creative has got some type of mental illness.
Yes.
It's
Yeah, dude.
I agree.
We're all gonna put our
agree.
we're all gonna put our meds in a big bowl tonight, and we're gonna mix it up.
And what's crazy is the psychopaths, the people that are out there that aren't crazy on one end, but they're like psychopathic on the other. Like those are like the most adjusted people. So think of who the psychopaths are. Those are your doctors, your lawyers, your therapists, anybody who's
Judges.
anybody who's in any type of authoritarian position.
Yeah.
All the most adjusted people are psychopathic.
Yeah.
And then you have the other people who are just batshit fucking crazy, man. It's just it's a weird world. Especially now where, dude, like we were talking about the other episode, and it's sunk into the point where it's just like, we're going to have robots and woolly mammoths. We're going to have robots riding woolly mammoths.
Yeah, dude. I'm
Yeah.
with it.
Shooting lasers at us.
Or we're going to have woolly mammoths with spears and shit, and we're going to fucking try to take on the robots. It's like the world that we're going to live in, man, is like so crazy. I mean, you guys don't understand. These next couple of years, we're going to see it. Like all this shit that I grew up with as a kid. I was born in 73, man, and like all this stuff was just future shit. It was never going to fucking happen, and it's here. It's like, holy fuck, all the things that we grew up with and you know, just thinking that would never happen or afraid of happening is here. It's like next year we're going to be walking side by side with robots. 2028 we're going to have woolly fucking mammoths. Crazy shit is happening, man.
And then the census happens in 2030.
Back in my day, that's how we felt about the printing press.
That's Gutenberg
So that was my
fucked it up for
midlife
everyone.
crisis.
How about the cotton gin? Did that throw you for a whirl too?
Well, that was. Well, I guess I was still sort of midlife crisis, but that was a little afterwards.
He was too aristocratic to worry about what was happening over
I was
there.
a little mellowed out by then.
Okay.
I don't know, but the Ice Age and like Terminator combined, that would be an interesting thing.
You know, I was very scared of it, but now that I'm at the end, like if I was a young dude, like if I was 21, dude, like I would be like shitting my pants every day anytime the news came on. Like if you're a 20-something right now, good fucking luck. You are fucked. All of you are fucked. If you're 20-something, oh my God, don't have fucking kids. Fucking start digging the hole now. You know how many caves there are in Tennessee? Pick one. I'm just saying.
I think he was just gesturing to the area, and
He was talking to
he was
you.
looking in your eye, making eye
coming.
contact.
You're done for.
Don't have kids.
I'm just saying.
Ice Age
coming.
cometh.
I hung out with Attila the Hun in my 20s.
I bet he had a great podcast.
That would have been a good podcast.
He was Genghis Khan's advisor.
John, did I offer you a shot?
You did not.
Would you like a shot? Fuck yeah.
All right.
All right, man.
Mr. Blevins, I
Yeah,
think you
man.
have a question to ask.
Yeah. So, what is the most white trash thing your family's ever done?
So I've been thinking about this
Yeah.
the whole time, and it's pretty sad. But in the 4th grade, I wrote a letter to Santa at school. And we didn't have beds, so I asked for beds. And then they read it, and they're like, "Oh shit, you're poor." And we got beds, but even better, that I got a Nintendo 64 for Christmas that year. Best
Better than a bed.
fucking Christmas ever.
To the Nintendo 64.
That's right.
That okay?
Nice.
We have. I think we have a leading contender for the. That might have been the most white trash shit I've ever heard.
So,
Yeah.
that's a welfare Christmas. Have you ever had a welfare Christmas?
Nah, my parents worked.
Right. Have you had a welfare
Must be
Christmas?
nice.
To have working parents.
Have you
had-
ever had welfare Christmas?
No, because they would put shit on layaway and literally only spend money so we had good Christmases so that they could say that they were good parents or that our childhoods weren't
and then
terrible.
the rest of the year they were just
It was just
neglectful.
dog shit, yeah.
So was that your only welfare Christmas? Or did you have another one?
No, every Christmas growing up was
Thank you.
That's just the only one I remember.
Thank you. Count, did you ever have a welfare Christmas?
I lived in a castle.
So most
Celebrate Christmas?
most of my
We like
Christmases
presents.
most of my Christmases were welfare Christmases. The one in particular I remember the worst is that my mother took us to some kind of charity event. Now the thing about these charity events, you have to sign up beforehand so they know who to buy presents for. And my mom doesn't give shit about nothing, so we just showed up to this charity event. we're up on a stage and all the kids are lined up. We get there late even, so we're at the very end. And so all these kids are getting, Santa Claus is up there, and Santa Claus is giving out the presents to each kid. And, you know, we get to us, and Santa's like, I don't have any presents. And we're standing on a fucking stage. And all these other kids have fucking presents. So we're looking at all these other kids with presents, and they're all looking at like this. And they're like, you ain't got no presents. And we're, me and my little brother standing up there with Santa Claus. And Santa Claus, I don't know what to fucking do. You know, and I'm looking at my mom. My mom's nowhere. I'm just like, so we're literally stuck on this fucking stage. I missed all these kids with presents on Christmas.
That's fucking terrible.
It was Christmas.
Did you feel
You'd been better off just at the house and not have to be humiliated like that.
That was a public
I
humiliation
don't even
ritual,
understand
man.
why she even brought us there. Just like, fuck it, you know. We'll try to get a Christmas somehow.
We need to make a podcaster one way or another.
God, man.
Sound like free childcare for a couple hours. Just dropping off on stage.
She was probably buying weed. Fucking who knows?
Oh my god.
There was an alternative agenda to why you were even there.
Santa's got the best shit.
Rev, you can't
You're
compete.
not going downtown unless you're picking up weed.
You can't compete for the prize, by the way. You bought the
No,
prize.
I have a white trash life. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
someone
yeah.
needs to give me a prize.
Right.
Shit.
At the end of the season, we'll give you a prize.
What are your upcoming gigs, sir?
I don't have any right now.
Right on. Is it hitting open mics?
A lot of open mics.
Just as long as you're hitting open mics.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Mr. Lance. All right. Fuck yeah. All right. New to the show, give it up for Bree Fitz.
Great. It's above my head, and I really. Hello. I am Bree Fitz, and I teach kindergarten. It's
poor
very
girl.
true. Very true. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to tell me the most annoying cartoon character. Go. Yeah, that's me. I'm SpongeBob. All day at work. Let me show you. Hi, kinder friends. Sit on your bottom. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Sing with me. R-E-D, red. R-E-D, red. Good job, you're learning. I once had to teach online, and those poor parents had to listen to that for 4 hours every day. I'm pretty sure the kids just thought I was a shitty YouTube short. They kept trying to swipe me away. I also legitimately felt like Dora the Explorer, you know, like, this is the letter A. Can you say A? You did it! That's right. Should have said that. Something I like to do for my class is reward them for good behavior. So I'll say something like, if you're quiet in the hallway, I'll give you some candy. But I'm poor, so the only thing that I really give them is 1 jelly bean. I got to get them ready for corporate America somehow, right? Here's your jelly bean. Don't form a union. By the way, there's no more snow days. These kids are working under harsh conditions here. And to make matters worse, this isn't even a joke, it's actually a real thing. The school that I work for is in between a courthouse and a jail. Yeah, nice. And the inmates at the jail actually have the same recess we do. And I found out that their cafeteria food is better funded than ours. So the kindergartners and I ran a small trading business once a week at recess. We'd put on some fake tattoos, and I'd pass out a few cigarettes to trade with, and we're pretty much set for snack time. I'd stand in the shadows and make sure that I send 1 kid over at a time so it doesn't look suspicious, you know. And one of the kids comes up to me and says, Miss Fitz, he said he needs free cigs and a bottle of glue. Charlie, you tell him he still owes us a bag of Funyuns from last week. I do have a favorite part of teaching, and that is helicopter moms. If you don't know what that is, that's a MILF mixed with a Karen. Sometimes I like to give their child a bad grade just so they'll call and yell at me. Sure, Mrs. Robinson. I can look at your child's grade. Come on over, have a glass of wine. Maybe we'll find out what is 6 plus 9. I know I sound annoying, but I try not to look like I sound like that. Because the people I want to sleep with probably don't want to sleep with me in a polka dot dress singing my fucking ABCs. Could you imagine if I sounded like that in bed? Sit on your bottom. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Good job, you're learning. So, in lieu of the theme, a horror theme, I want to tell you a scary story. Yes, thank you. So I hatch chicken eggs in my classroom every school year, like live chickens. And I do something called candling, which is where I shine a light in the chicken egg so the kids can see the baby chicken inside of it. So I decided to do the candling and invite all 4 kindergarten classes to see it. And I used a overhead projector. Y'all know what that is? The overhead projector from school. And I held it over the overhead projector, and I dropped it. And it died. Blood everywhere. Traumatized 103 lives within a matter of seconds. So I stared at the blood splatter on the overhead projector and looked behind me at the giant blood splatter that I had presented in front of 103 children. I needed a distraction fast. So one student shouted out, "What is that?" Where I said, "Well, kinder friends, that's the color red. Sing with me. R-E-D, red. R-E-D, red. I can spell red. Fire trucks are red. Fire trucks are red. And blood is too. Thank you.
Good job,
Welcome to the show. So
All
what got
right.
you into comedy?
Actually, a really good friend of mine from high school hosted a open mic in downtown Louisville. And we were just going to support her, and my other best friend signed me up without telling me, and I went up and
So you actually went up.
I actually went up and I just kind of bullshitted my way through it.
Nice.
But then I actually fine-tuned and had an idea, and I just kept going back. So
Did you
here I
kill,
am.
or did you get comfortable enough that you wanted to come back?
I just got comfortable and did it more often. But I loved it. I fell in love with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Do you
imagine.
have a favorite comedian?
I don't know if I have a favorite. I got really into Eliza Schelzinger for a minute. I think she's funny. Thanks. Yeah. I think Bo Burnham's funny. I don't know. I'm really a big fan of Jim Carrey, but I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite, but
All right, you have any demon children?
I do have a demon child.
Like of
How do you
yours or
handle
of
it?
in your class?
Oh, the one in my basement. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah. I have a 10-year-old, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm saying, like, what's the worst, like, little kid you had?
This.
Cool, like,
Okay,
That's
teacher.
your own personal deal.
I'm like, so I did have a crazy kiddo this school year that broke my phone. He hit and kicked me and bit me and
Oh, yeah.
slapped my phone out of my hand and called me the N-word.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's white.
Oh no!
Wow.
So-
In Kentucky.
No, I'm actually from Southern Indiana.
Oh, Southern India. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they know better than act like that in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So have you ever tried to use a swear on someone and you used the wrong swear?
What do you mean?
Well, like,
Like, fuck you, you little shit. You know what I mean? Like, you ever accidentally cuss at them? Like,
No.
if this little fucker has broke my phone, I'm going to probably be, like, looking around and smacking the shit out of him.
No, the only time I accidentally said a curse word was I walk around in my socks in my classroom, and I stepped in something wet, and I was like, shit, and I'm sure they heard it.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was. Pee maybe.
probably.
Who knows?
That's a tough age to be in charge of an entire room.
I couldn't do it.
It's a lot.
There's not enough
Yeah.
money on this
It's a
planet.
lot, Yeah.
I was a scout leader. We had lion cubs that were of that age coming in, and it was challenging because you have to keep them engaged and keep them interested and keep,
Literally have to be a cartoon character all day.
yeah,
It's crazy.
exactly.
Yeah. I'm so happy I'm on summer break, dude. I don't have to work for 2 months.
You just show. Was this just a random garage you happened to be
Yeah,
showing up
I
to?
just walk around,
Yeah,
you
you-
know, and find things to do in neighborhoods. You don't do that?
Delicioso.
It depends on the context.
Or psychedelics involved, because usually.
Yeah.
Speaking of, would you like a shot?
I'll pass on that. Thank
Right
you,
on.
though.
Good, because I need to pass on one too. I don't need to do one every time. I do live
Totally
here,
didn't
though.
think about that. You've been taking one each time a comedian's come up.
I've grown a tolerance. My number used to be 6 total, and I've gone quite further than that in these last few years doing this show. I've become a professional drinker, and at the beginning of this season, I was going to quit drinking because like I don't drink. I only drink on this show, but I binge drink. It's like at the end of the night, you know, I've fucking taken 13, 14 shots. You know, I'm just like. That's unnecessary for a 50-something-year-old man. That's yeah, it's unnecessary. So, Mr. Blevins, would you like to bestow upon...
So, but you seem like you're rounded and all of that. I mean, you have to be, you have to be at a certain level in life to be put in charge of children.
An educator of children.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
they just let
that's-
anybody do it nowadays.
But still, you have to have some stories. What's the most white trash thing your family has ever done?
Well, you keep saying family. I couldn't think of one for my family,
Okay.
but I kind of have one that I did.
Okay, that works too.
So when I was a teenager, I ran my car into a house. Yeah, and
Were you high?
no.
Just sober?
Yeah.
Just
I
not mad? Fuck this
I was
house.
just a really bad driver. I still am, kind of. That's why he usually drives.
For safety
but
reasons.
I didn't want my mom to find out.
Okay.
So I hardcore flirted with the auto body shop guys in high school, and they fixed it for me for free.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
What about the
all right.
house?
Now we're getting trash here.
Oh, I don't know. It was.
We were worried about the house.
Oh, I could give shit about the house. I didn't even tell the people in there.
Was it a
And-
nice house?
No.
No. Okay.
You're right. It's fine. And to
They
this
didn't even
day,
notice.
probably right now, my mom still hasn't found out, and she's watching this. So
Yeah,
I
she
wanted
does.
to tell this.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
There are prizes at stake.
There is a statute of limitations amongst mother-daughter.
Yeah. But they fixed it for free and totally didn't follow through with my flirting with the guy.
That's
I
good.
just kinda
That could take a dark
left him
statutory left
hanging.
turn.
Yeah.
That's
Rev, I hate to steal a question from you, but what's your favorite horror movie?
Oh, I thought that new Nosferatu was badass.
Okay, hits the shirt,
Hence
which
the
I
shirt.
appreciate, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. No, it was awesome.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Robert Eggers is fucked up.
He is.
His stuff is so cool, though. I love it.
I saw the one where it was the William Dafoe one.
Shadow
where-
of the Empire.
Yeah, where it's the making of the original.
Oh,
I
did
love
you see
that movie
Lighthouse?
So much.
That actually is a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is
Lighthouse,
it?
Lighthouse is
Lighthouse?
great,
Yeah.
but Shadow of the Vampire, like
it's
that was
directed by
honestly-
Werner Herzog.
So I really like the new Nosferatu,
That's
but
awesome.
before I watched it, I was a little bummed that they had cast Willem Dafoe in the movie, but didn't cast him as the vampire, because he did the role in Shadow of the Vampire and
Yeah.
did so well in it.
I think the guy that did Nosferatu was
He
really
did. He
good.
did great.
Yeah, he did awesome.
great.
And that chick was really good too.
Yes.
I don't know her name, but she was.
Lily, I say it wrong. Yeah, I say it wrong all the time. It's Johnny Depp's daughter. Lily Rose.
Is it Johnny Depp's daughter?
Yep.
I did not know
It
that.
is critically acclaimed, and most people that have seen it that I've talked to love it. But
Sorry.
I find it to be so insufferable. I sat through it twice because
I'm
the
shocked.
The first time I sat through it, it was just like I don't get it. I don't understand what I mean. It's like, I've seen the original Nosferatu, and I've seen so many different versions.
I
so
was
many
going to
different
say, have you
soundtracks.
seen? Did you see the one from the '70s with Werner Herzog?
Yes,
Okay.
I saw that one, and actually the shadow of the vampire. To me, that is like even though it's like like a mockumentary almost type of thing. That one is actually better than any of the other ones. But the new Nosferatu that came out is just so boring. It's just like they literally you remember when they remade Psycho and it was scene for scene?
Vince Vaughn.
I try not to
the Vince
remember it,
Vaughn,
but
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn one.
Yeah.
Who,
So,
who
like,
directed that? That was Gus Van Sant, wasn't it?
It
I
was.
can't
It was,
remember.
yeah, it was either. Yeah, it was Gus Van Sant.
And in principle, in black and white, it seems like a great idea just to do a great movie and then update it. But when you do that, you're not adding anything to it, and it just sucks because you've seen the movie before. So Nosferatu, again, I just thought, like, I've seen this movie. And then all the acclaim comes out, and some of my, people that I've known forever who we have the same opinions about stuff, saying how great it was. I'm just like, oh, okay, so I watched it again. And when I watched it again, I hated it even more.
But Rev, this one had flaccid vampire penis.
It really did.
That's true.
It's art.
It is.
That's not boring.
Flaccid vampire cock
I mean-
is anything but boring.
So what does a vampire dick look like?
Go
A
watch
dead
Nosferatu.
Has it got teeth?
It's just
Have you ever seen Teeth? Have you ever seen Teeth?
I've heard
No,
about
I
it.
didn't think I wanted to.
Is that the that's
Vagina
one of the ladies-
dentata,
she's got
yeah.
Vagina with teeth.
So I just watched it, and all right, like it's kind of stupid, but also like the end of it, I was like,
isn't that based on a Clive Barker story?
probably. I don't
So
know.
how many like penises this thing would devour?
Several.
Several.
Oh, God.
Quite several.
That-
and like
many-
gratuitous. Like it's like who has a dick that big? I don't understand. It's just like they're spitting them out. It's like, all right, it's like this. I'm like, come on now.
Lots of peni were consumed in that film.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's like it actually is.
So more than like a rabbi.
Does it have its own digestive system, or it's just spitting
no,
it out?
it immediately spits it out.
Okay.
It's like when she's like cool with you, everything is
it
great.
doesn't swallow, it spits.
No, it's a spitter.
It's a spitter.
We're going.
So
Are
okay,
we
okay.
canceled yet?
So you're telling me like long as you don't make her mad?
Right. So like all these other dudes are trying to like even like her or like stepbrother when they were younger trying to get the finger in there and then he comes away with no finger and shit. So like as she grows up, she has all these asshole boyfriends. She finally has this one boyfriend who she doesn't believe is an asshole. But he's an asshole. And so, like, they're in the middle of doing it, and then, like, his buddy calls, and he's like, yeah, you don't know what I'm doing right now, and becomes this complete douche. And she's like, well, I thought you were cool. And he's like, oh, come on, baby, I'm just playing. And then next thing you know,
Chomp chomp.
it's farewell, and it gets spit out.
How does she get away with all that?
I don't think the guys are, like, coming forward. They're just eunuchs at this point. I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
John Wayne Bobbitt had an entire arc and everything. It's like,
So can you believe that they were able to sew that back on? I remember when that all
I guarantee it
happened.
don't work right. There ain't no way it doesn't work
So
right.
They kept it on
he,
ice.
He became a porn star after his movie that he did when he was healed up was called Frankenpecker. And everybody watched it just to see what it looked like when a Peter was stuck back on. And holy shit. Like it scarred all around and they apparently they added like he was I don't know what the trade-off would be on that. But like the story, like she threw it out the window.
Yeah.
She like snipped
Did
it
you-
off, got in
did-
the car, drove off, and then threw that fucker out the window. And they found it.
Did you watch Frankenpecker for scientific purposes?
We all watched.
I ain't watched that shit.
We all watched it when that motherfucker came
I've
out.
seen Frankenhooker.
Frank.
That's not. They're different genres.
I'm curious now. I'm gonna have to go fucking watch it.
So it was also at a time where like porn was really weird because people was into like bizarro stuff. So it was like the stuff with like chicks with 3 tits and stuff
People.
like that. Yeah.
Rev's talking about himself.
Yeah, I just assumed
People
everybody
were
was
into
doing
I
this.
don't watch-
Three-titted
I don't
porn.
watch porn. Like I'm not a porn, but I'm into crazy shit. Like if you're telling me there's some crazy shit, let's cue it up. Let's watch it.
Yeah.
But like I don't watch porn.
Yeah, Rotten.com got me back in the day. I was like, yeah, my curiosity is gone.
Okay, so like I stopped that shit. Like
Yeah.
when we grew up in the '80s, where it was all about snuff films, getting on
Faces
the
of
whole horror,
Death.
Faces of Death, stuff like that. But then when the computer age came on, and when things started getting HD, and we started seeing things for real, there was this one bloodshow.com, and it had like 100 different rooms, and each room was like a beheading, or another room was this, that, and the other. After 3 videos of that shit, I was done. I turned my fucking computer off. I went downstairs. I smoked a joint. I sat down. I was like, I'm never watching another fucking... Dude, I watched insane shit.
fuck that.
And you can't, like,
It's there.
unsee it.
It's in there now.
Like fake shit. Like I love horror movies because I know it's fake. I know the guys who made it. I'm fans of Tom Savini, Rob Bottin. It's artwork.
Yeah.
This is when you watch somebody die. It's something else, and it changes you as a person. It does. I don't give a shit if you killed the person, or you watch that fucking video of that person doing what. That shit changes you. And there was a point I had to sit down and depress. I mean, there was like, okay,
That's not for me. That's not
Yeah.
what I'm into. That's it's
So kindergartners.
My face, I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, kindergartners don't watch porn. I don't think so.
Oh, that's
Most of them don't.
I would think in this day and age, I think kindergartens. There's not much shit that I don't think any kid has any like unrestricted access to. Like
Unless you got
everything
good parents that put the.
There are no good parents anymore.
That's true.
When was there good parents? The 50s? When mom decided to stay at home instead of go work? Yeah, that's when we had good parents.
Yeah.
When mom said, fuck you, decided she wanted her fucking job and the side hoe.
Yeah. Mailman just wasn't doing it for her no more.
The mailman doesn't do it for anybody anymore.
Or the
Did we
milkman.
get to the white trash question? Did we?
Yeah,
She had. the
Actually, she's
whole
running a little long here. I think we need to cut her.
We are.
Yeah.
What are your upcoming gigs?
I'm actually in the same show. Luke Diamond, I think he's not in here.
No, he's a
It's
cutout.
the,
He is farewelled.
The funniest person in Louisville contest on Sunday. I'm gonna be on that. So
Nice.
that's
Awesome.
the next one I'm gonna be.
Fuck yeah. Well, thank you for coming out. We
Yeah, it's a
definitely
good time.
appreciate it.
Nice to
Fuck
meet
yeah.
you guys. Thanks for
Right
having
on.
me.
Awesome.
All right, give it up one more time. All right. Next on this is Susie Eliza.
How y'all doing tonight? Well, I'm happy to be here. I've never been here before, but this is fun. I am Susie Eliza, and I was born on a weed farm in Oklahoma. Yes, both my parents were weed farmers, and my aunts and my uncles. It was a family business, but they were poor. And there's a church on every corner in Oklahoma, so we ate at a lot of church potlucks, where we were the most popular family because we brought the pot brownies. Not so popular with local law enforcement, though, and that's why I was adopted by Pastor Smith. My name at the time, before adoption, was Allie Sue. Now, there's an acronym you would not advertise on a church billboard for a saintly preacher's daughter. ASS. So they did change my name to Susie Eliza, although the family does tell me that I'm a smartass, which I reply every time, better than being a dumbass. So, like I said, they changed my name. Growing up with a preacher for a dad was never boring. Preacher daddy got more pussy than an animal shelter. One was my mom's best friend. We call her Penny. She's cheap. She's two-faced. And she gave head and tail. So one time I asked my mom where I came from because we were learning at school where babies come from, and I told my teacher I didn't come from my mama's hoochie. So she said, go home and ask your mom where you came from. And my mom said, I came from the Cabbage Patch. And then she showed me my Cabbage Patch dolls and their adoption certificate. And then she showed me my adoption certificate. So now I'm thinking, I was a doll? So I'm like Pinocchio. I must have been a good girl because now I'm a real girl. About an hour later, we sat down and we watched this movie called Child's Play. And it's got this serial killer doll we all know and love called Chucky. And Chucky looked like a Cabbage Patch. So now I'm thinking, I was a killer. Wait, did Allie body snatch Susie, or did Susie body snatch Allie? I don't know. I don't know. But I've never killed anyone. Yet. That you know of. That you know of. So rewind just a little bit. My mom used to use my name change to teach me life lessons. Like, Allie played in the road, but you're Susie, and Susie doesn't play in the road. About an hour later, she comes outside and she finds us playing in the road. So she takes us inside for a spanking, and I tell her, "No, stop. You can't spank me." And she says, "Why not?" And I said, "Because I'm Susie, and Susie doesn't play in the road. Allie plays in the road. You have to spank that ass." So I have dissociative identity disorder. I got a ticket on the way here for speeding. Officer gave me the ticket, and I looked at it, and I said, "Excuse me, officer, but this ticket has the wrong name on it." He looks at it, and he says, "What name is it supposed to say?" "Allie Sue." "Well, what name does it say?" "Suze Eliza." "Well, what's your name?" "Susie Eliza." "Why is it supposed to say Allie Sue?" "Because Allie speeds. I'm Susie. Susie doesn't speed. You have to ticket that ass." So, yeah, I did grow up wondering whether or not all Cabbage Patch dolls were actually once killers. Especially since my middle sister, who's also adopted, used to try to kill me every year on her birthday. But I've never killed anyone. But there was that one time in Texas that I rented an Airbnb, and when I returned after just 1 hour of being gone from my Airbnb, I found dried blood on the blinds and the pillow. Now, I'm not a scientist, but I'm pretty sure blood doesn't dry and turn brown within an hour. So I'm thinking I'm being framed, maybe by the Airbnb owners. I don't know, but I do know this. I want my money back on my cleaning deposit. I don't want to drive to Texas for court. And I don't want extra charges for repair because I know how much that gets jacked up. So I ran to Lowe's, spent $80 for new blinds, replaced them, snuck the bloody blinds out of the Airbnb, and discarded them at a local hotel room. And I'm pretty sure those Airbnb owners are wondering if they hired the mafia cleanup, if they had the mafia cleanup crew staying at their Airbnb. I don't know. They've never met my godfather, though, so they're fortunate for that. I guess I was just doing muscle memory. But I did get a great review, because they said Susie took as good a care of the place as if it was her own. 5 stars. But I've never killed anyone. But if you ever see me being hauled away on the 6 o'clock news under suspicion of murder, please call the tip hotline and tell them Susie's not a killer, but Allie may be an assassin. Thank you all. They got to arrest that ass.
Come have a seat. So how long have you been doing comedy?
Almost 3 years.
Okay. Nice. And how much of that was real?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Yeah, I figured.
or maybe Allie would.
Do you disassociate? Is there an Allie? Is there a Suze?
Well, I mean, if something's wrong, Allie did it.
Right on.
It's always good to have
You got a
an
real
alibi.
misery thing going on over here. I don't like the way you wrote the book. Finish the book. Finish the book. It's not me. It's Allie.
Are you into horror movies?
I am. I do
What
like
is your
horror
favorite
movies.
horror movie?
Scary movie with Ghostface.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Waynes?
I just,
Oh,
you know,
Scream.
Ghostface
Oh,
Scream.
from
Yeah.
Scream.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
sorry, I said
When you said
Scary
Scary
Movie.
Movie, I was like,
Okay.
Wayne.
Oh,
Wayne.
yeah.
I know the
It was
parody. The
originally
parody was
supposed to be
good too.
called
Yeah.
Scary Movie.
Yeah.
Like Wes
really?
Craven.
But yeah.
Yeah, Wes Craven initially, when before it was called Scream, it was called Scary Movie. And when they did Scary Movie, they used the actual original name for Scream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I
didn't know that.
I just feel like Ghostface's spirit animal is a cat. Yeah, because he likes to play with his victims before he kills them.
Dude, I remember I was a little kid when that shit came out, and like Halloween that year, everybody was fucking wearing one of those damn things. It was kind of surreal, to be honest with you.
It was they put that merch out before the actual movie came out. Because I was working at Kmart and I was putting out the Scream merch. I was like, what the fuck is Scream? I had no idea what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
There was no internet back then and shit like
That's
that.
true.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden the movie came out and it was fucking everywhere. But every movie they try to have some kind of tie-in with merch, and with this they actually did it with like costuming and the bloody knives.
did a
and
good
stuff
job
like
on that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it blew the fuck up. It was like
Still
Star
sells.
Wars.
Yeah, and it was the first iconic character we've had in horror in a long time as well. So
I know he's like so different. Like
Yeah.
you know, Freddy Krueger. He's like in the dreams and stuff, and he's super creative. And like Mike Myers and Jason, they're like so freaking quiet. But it's like Ghostface. I don't know. He got more screen time making phone calls than he did killing. So it's like, is he a murderer or a telemarketer?
Yeah, like he would chase your ass down too, though. He didn't have the old creep where they're just here's Jason coming
Yeah.
and everybody's running and bumbling and falling everywhere.
no, he's
Yeah, but
he's
he fell over more furniture than a toddler.
That's true. While he was taunting you about horror knowledge as well.
Is there a specific entry in the franchise that you like more than others?
OJ original for me.
No, I just mean, sorry, like the first Scream. Do you like Scream 2, Scream 3? Like, is there
Oh
a?
no, like I think my favorite is still always going to be Scream 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah, the
OG.
original.
So I did a marathon of them here recently, and like the last two are okay. Like
That's the thing. I cut off on the Scream 4 whenever I guess it ended up being Sydney's niece or whatever. That's where I was like, I'm done.
the first one was good.
And I know they've revamped it since
The
then.
second one was okay, and then like all the ones in the middle kind of sucked. The last two are kind of decent. Like they had like Scream in New York, right? And it's like it reminded me of like when they put like Jason in
Jason
New York. They just
Manhattan.
didn't really nail it.
The time traveling one was my favorite.
So in the same universe, and this has got to happen. If there's going to be another Scream, and you probably know what I'm about to say. Do you know that Jay and Silent Bob are in the same universe as Scream? There's one part, I think it was Scream 3 or 4, where they're at wherever, I can't remember whether they're at the back lot at some studio, and then Jay and Silent Bob were there, and so they're actually in that. And like, I would love to see like Scream, but starring Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, that would be good.
Almost like an Abbott and Costello thing. but
Ex-
like Jay
ex-
and
fucking
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Fucking
Fantastic,
exactly.
yeah.
And by the way, that Abbott and Costello, that is the best Universal monster horror movie ever made, and it's a comedy. It's a
They
horror
did do their own Frankenstein and Mummy and stuff, right? I mean, I remember at least a Mummy with Abbott and Costello.
Yeah, Abbott and Costello. It's Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Abbott and Costello meet the killer Boris Karloff. Abbott and Costello meet the Invisible Man. Meet Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and then the Mummy.
Man, they missed out on the werewolf.
No, the Wolfman is it. So
Oh, it is what they do.
Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, and the Wolfman are all in Abbott and
All
Costello.
in
And the
Frankenstein.
Invisible Man at the very end.
At the very, very ends, but he ended up. They ended up giving him a standalone movie. I actually just rewatched all of those recently. So
Yeah.
Dude, I got on a kick about a year ago. There was this free channel that was playing nothing but like old Universal horror movies from like the 50s and 60s. And I watched it until they just didn't. There wasn't nothing new. They just kept playing
Yeah,
the
it's
same
just
thing
the
on the
same
right
ones
rotation. But God, I love watching all the old
Yeah, they're
Frankensteins
good.
and
They're
shit.
great.
I didn't have a respect for that when I was a little kid loving horror movies. I was like, oh, I don't care about old horror movies.
Yeah.
But now that I'm fucking almost 40, 38, I like the old shit and how pure it was without the CGI now and stuff. You know, like
Yeah.
they had to really have an imagination for us to have an imagination today.
Well,
You know what I mean?
the golden age of horror movies in the 80s where everything was practical, and they've done some just amazing fucking shit.
Oh, thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you couldn't imagine that they. I mean, even doing now with like the CG doesn't even look as good as
It
some of the
doesn't.
stuff.
I
yeah.
saw-
Aliens.
I
Yeah,
saw
I love
the
Aliens.
new Final Destination movie. It was fun, but it looked the CG made it look weird. And
I did
cheesy.
read something about Tony Todd getting to do his last
Yep.
lines was improv.
That made it worth seeing.
Sure.
Just that one.
I think
scene.
some
do
of
that.
the older stuff in black and white was more scary to me than anything that came later. I think the very first scary movie I remember seeing was black and white, and I was so young. I don't know the name of the movie. I just remember this scene. I think there's like snow and ice. It might be on another planet, and the woman is like in a cave or something. And there's all these dolls, and they look a lot like porcelain dolls, but they're walking and they're coming at her with like these sharp, pointy teeth, and they're like biting and they're coming to eat her. And that was super scary.
What movie is that?
Yeah, I feel Count should know.
That type of shit bothers me.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank as well.
So there was
Yeah.
another movie that I don't know if it was a movie or like a TV show, like Outer Limits or something like that. But everything that I've seen growing up, I've kind of researched and found and everything. But this one thing I've not been able to find, and this thing scared the fuck out of me as a kid. But it's this dude. He was a thief. And his car broke down in the middle of a storm, and he goes up to this house, and this house has this old woman in it. And this old woman, of course, invites him in and everything, and she's like, here, I'm going to show you to the room. And they walk by this room, and in this room there's this life-size doll. And the life-size doll has this big gem ring and everything. And so he sees that, he clocks it as he's walking by. So in the middle of the night, he gets up and decides to steal the ring off of this fucking doll. He steals the ring, he goes back to his room. The doll gets the fuck up and fucking takes the fucking ring from him. And I remember it was one of the first horror things I probably ever saw as a kid. And I don't remember what it was. I've tried doing Google searches. I've tried talking to friends of mine.
Do you remember if it was in color or black and white?
I'm almost positive it was color, but I'm not sure.
It could have been an episode of the Night Gallery.
See, I'm thinking it could be an episode of some TV, because it's like movies and everything. I've been through every
it wasn't
fucking
a
movie.
whole movie. It was just like
An anthology series
Twilight
or
Zone
something.
I just know that I was very young, and when I saw this, it literally traumatized me to the point where like, and inanimate objects would fuck with me.
It sounds like
You
an
know,
episode of the Night Gallery. Sorry.
Speaking of Twilight Zone, I had my own Twilight Zone experience. Like, I remember when I was a kid seeing an episode where they're on an airplane. And then back in like 2005, I think it was, my grandfather had passed, and I had to fly in a snowstorm. And everybody else had rescheduled their flight except me, because I was stranded at the airport. So I'm the only passenger on this plane in a very freaky snowstorm. And I'm up there looking out the window thinking to myself, oh my gosh, this looks like the Twilight Zone. I'm up here to die. That's like why I'm the only passenger on this plane, is I am here to die. But of course, I didn't. So.
Oh, shit. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Unless we're all just sitting here and this is actually
this might be
the
purgatory.
afterworld,
It could be.
which could explain a lot of things.
Evidence.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Yeah.
Did you see something on the wing?
Something.
It was just a white void out.
That's
You
pretty
could
scary,
not
too.
see anything. It was just a white void.
Kind of like this panel.
Yeah.
Just the plane
Just
was
a white
just surrounded by whiteness.
I did
Fog.
I did
Fog
landscaping
and
for like
snow
14 years, man. I'm even whiter when you get up there.
I think I would be.
Permanent stain.
I think I would be categorized more as pasty.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Blevins.
Yeah. So you've got to have some stories. What's the most white trash thing that you or your family have ever done?
Oh, gosh.
Top 3.
And prizes are on.
I'm
the
not sure I
line.
could tell you, because then you'd know where all the bodies are.
Yeah.
No, okay, so when my daughter was little, she wanted a swimming pool, and I had like this really beat up convertible car, and it was a piece of trash, really, and the nearest Walmart was a 5-hour round trip, and my friends and I loaded up in this convertible that the top will not actually go up or down, it just stays down, and we drove to Walmart just to get a $12 plastic kiddie pool, and we're driving down the highway with the kiddie pool above our heads, including me while I'm driving, to drive this about 2.5 hours back home.
So everyone's got an arm. Wow.
Everybody's got an arm
That's
up
pretty
holding
white
this
trash.
kiddie pool, and then it starts raining.
Oh shit.
And we're like, well, we don't have any running water at the house. Let that sucker fill up.
Oh, so you had it. No, because I'm imagining a highway turtle situation, but you're making the best of a bad situation.
We turned it over to let it
Okay.
fill up because we don't have any running water to fill this pool when we get home anyway.
You said a lot of white trash things just there. I think that's
Wow.
We didn't even have a bathroom. We had an outhouse.
Okay, yeah.
And so we're driving down the highway. We've got this pool above our heads. It's filling up with rainwater, and the highway patrol pulls us over, and he makes me get out of the car, and he says, "Ma'am, are you high?" And I said, "No, sir." And he said, "Well, can you tell me why you're driving down the highway with a pool above your heads?" And I said, "Well, sir, you see that sign over there?" He said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, we're carpooling." We are in the carpool lane.
Oh God! It went dad joke at the end, but that is some white trash shit. I'm trying to.
Well, it gets better because, since we didn't have running water, we took our baths in the lake. So we're out there with our shampoo and conditioner and our body wash, and we're washing in the lake while the fishermen are going by in their boats, and we're just waving.
That's right.
Were you in a commune, or was because there's a difference between hippies and white trash? So I'm trying to figure out.
No, we were in Alabama.
Hippies are way more dirtier.
Case closed. That's all I needed to hear.
We'd moved to a house in Alabama. You can't complain too much. We didn't have any rent.
Man, I still feel bad about the guy who didn't have a bed for Christmas.
I don't know. I think you got topped on that one.
I'm sorry, but we've got a top runner right now.
Yeah, it might be the grand champ of the year, man. If you like America's Funniest Videos type.
Plus, I'm afraid if we don't give her the prize, she's gonna break it and stab one of us with it. I think
we have to give her a gift if somebody dies. We need Jack. Don't
really
fuck with Jack.
maybe Allie might.
Allie might.
Because she might be an assassin.
Keep Allie.
Well, you keep her around as an alibi.
As an alibi.
Yeah, that was terrible.
So what are your upcoming gigs?
Okay, so you can catch me June 19th at the Storytelling Center in Jonesboro, Tennessee. I won't be performing that night, but I will be working the show. I'm also doing the marketing for the comedy event. You can catch me at Crossroad Craftsworks in Elizabethton, Tennessee. I'm working on a film with some friends in Knoxville right now.
What kind of film?
It is called The Rap King.
R.A.P.?
R.A.P.
Okay.
And I play a music executive.
Okay.
And also, I am available for bookings. I do book comedy shows and hire other comedians. I don't only put together comedy shows, I also put together vaudeville shows with belly dancers, burlesque dancers, magicians, and comedians.
All right, you're talking my language.
Yeah.
Those are fun shows.
And you can also catch me at Off Leash Social, putting together the next comedy show. It's a bar that's outdoors with a whole bunch of dogs. So yeah.
Do they have
Do
they have plumbing?
Dogs. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have toilets. They have plumbing.
toilets.
Okay.
They have a bar.
Sweet.
They have food. It's a lot of fun. We have a outdoor stage, and I have to say it's one of the funnest comedy gigs that I do because we get to perform for dogs.
Nice.
and they're humans. So it's a lot of fun.
Give it up one more time for Susie Eliza.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming out to the show. All right, new to the show, Angela Wolf.
Angela.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? All right. So I try to start off the shift on a positive note for my coworker and I. So recently I started with, "Good morning, Starshine." She said the Earth can go fuck itself. I said, I think we're fucking it pretty good. No need for it to masturbate. If humans are good at anything so far as giving Captain Planet a good pegging every now and again. And while we're on the subject, Facebook dating can get pretty wild. So this creature liked my profile, and I go take a look, and he kind of has this whole trailer park Buffalo Bill vibe. The lotion expert. And you can send someone a message on Facebook dating to get their attention to match with you. So this creature opens with, "Would you ever peg a guy?" I just want my next girlfriend to be okay with that. I don't want to waste anyone's time. I said, okay. He's honest, right? But how about, how are you? How was your day? instead of how you want me to turn your asshole into my little playground. Men used to build castles for women to get their attention. And now they just want you to make their asshole your castle. It's real cute. But now, I'm trying to keep all the religious guys off of there because I'm just not down with the J-man, and they just keep liking my profile because apparently putting I don't do church in there isn't enough. So Facebook dating actually has like all these cute little prompts in there where you can put my favorite time of day is, my favorite food is, and so on. So I found the perfect one. It says, my personal hero is, you guessed it, it's Satan. Yeah, I don't know. I do think there's some kind of mystical shit up there, but I refuse to sit here and pretend it's some sky daddy that hates the gays and says we can't kill people. Because we should be killing more people, honestly. Starting with those bitches you haven't seen since the 5th grade that want to push all these ridiculous products on you. Instead of just getting a regular job, so you're getting messages in the middle of the night about tumblers or God knows what, and it always starts with something like, hey, girl, I know I haven't seen you in 20 years, and the last time I saw you, I called you Angela Anaconda and made fun of your ears, but I was wondering if you wanted to buy one of my custom shirts. They're threaded with angel pubes by children in Africa. And I would just love it. It would mean so much if you would support me. Fuck you, Brittany. I'm not supporting your African sweatshop. No, thank you. But being single is 100% my fault because I say and do things that ensure my solo death, just like Sir Peggington. Just like Sir Peggington, poor creature. So my friends always talked about how hot it is to see a guy do stuff like chop wood or build a barn, and I really never understood it until I pulled up to my ex's house and he was cutting the grass. And I was like, what is happening down here? So then he comes inside and he takes his clothes off and he's just standing there just sweaty, covered in grass in his boxers. And I looked at him and I was like, you look really, really fucking hot right now. And he was like, this is what does it for you. Just sweaty, covered in grass. And I was like, well, lucky for you. I used to eat grass as a kid. Didn't last too long after that. Yeah, he said he was going to get in the shower, and I was like, no, wait, keep it on. Keep the grass on. And then there's this guy that I see from time to time, and we had this whole conversation about how my bean is the size of one rice. And so I was trying to be real cute one day, and I was like, hey, this Sunday, would you be down to come over and fry this rice? Surprisingly, he comes over. Rice was fried. But then he's getting ready to go, and his shirt's on the floor, and he's really fucking tall. So he looks down, he's like, man, that's a long way down. Because me, just being myself, it's like, do you think giraffes get sad when they drop things too? It's gotta be real upsetting, right? He won't text me back. I understand though. But I might actually message Sir Peggington back because I feel like that's the only hope I got right now. So that's it for me.
Welcome to the show.
If it makes you feel any better, I was actually a huge fan of Angela Anaconda.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's a great show.
It was a good time.
Very smart.
They called me Bilbo Baggins. That was, yeah.
I think Angela Anaconda and Dumbo.
Oh, yeah.
The ears were, I didn't grow into them yet. So.
Sloney Baloney.
Sloney Baloney.
Or Stoner Boner.
Oh, God.
Rev.
Or Sloan
What
Ford
do they call you in
fucking
third grade?
Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno. I never noticed you have resting deaf guy face.
Oh, my God.
No, back when I had hair, I looked very much like the Incredible Hulk when I was like 5 when the Incredible Hulk came out, and I was next day on the fucking playground, everybody was calling me fucking Bill Bixby. It's like he wasn't even the Incredible Hulk. Lou Ferrigno.
Oh gosh.
Oh man. That's sad. I'm
Everybody's
sorry.
reminiscing right outside their head.
Yeah,
Long
we're
way
just.
back for me.
Oh, I imagine.
Too
Yeah.
far.
What was it like in 1867 BC or whatever?
Well, not that far.
Not that far. When were you in 3rd grade, and what did they call you?
I think I'm still friends with Attila the Hun.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
It's a little blurry back then.
it's a little, yeah.
Opium was everywhere, running rampant.
But when you're friends with Attila the Hun, nobody makes fun of you. So
Is that like an Epstein list?
no.
Who do you think taught him that blood
Look,
gives you powers?
I think Attila the Hun is looked upon more favorably than Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. He's due for a comeback.
Yeah,
I feel this guy.
Let's rehabilitate the image of Attila the Hun.
Yeah, we're starting it here tonight.
My favorite thing about the Epstein list is they couldn't even figure out a way to come out and say, like, oh, that's just a conspiracy. That's all right.
That's a wild.
They can't even say that.
no.
That's a
They can't
wild
even
way to start
fucking
a
say
sentence,
it.
by the way.
That's amazing.
My favorite thing about the Jeffrey Epstein list is,
They couldn't
and
turn
whatever
it-
comes after that.
Admittedly, I've never heard those words spoken in the English language. So
Yeah, I'm a bit of a retard over here, and I'm fine with it.
I
right,
didn't
let's
say that out loud.
Let's get to our guest. How long have you been into comedy?
7 months.
Okay.
How long have you been into MMA?
MMA.
You look
Vegas.
like you could beat the shit out of somebody.
That's very flattering, actually, because I go to the gym a lot. So yay.
Yeah, because I'm looking. It's like I want to arm wrestle you, man.
I think she'd win. I think she'd
I don't
yank
know.
your old ass arm off.
So I say, I think she would win. I
Yeah.
think she.
Yeah, she's definitely working the biceps. You're not. I thought this is a lost cause.
Your arms are bigger than yours.
Yeah,
With
I feel
muscle.
very inferior.
This is a win I did not know I was going to get.
You should audition for Wonder Woman
Holy shit.
in Rev's porno.
Oh my god.
I don't do porn.
Oh my
It's
god.
feature films only. Feature films only.
So where are you coming from? Kentucky?
Johnson City.
Johnson City?
Yeah.
So like towards Memphis or the other?
No, it's
Or, like
east.
east.
Bristol.
East. Yeah.
Oh man, nice.
Yeah.
Do you cross time zones to get here?
Yes.
We have a guest that crossed time zones to be on this.
Special. I like it.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's
Time traveled
awesome.
We
and
had a guy that
everything.
flew out from Las Vegas to come out and do this show.
There was the Asian chick
Yeah,
from San
crazy.
Francisco.
Yeah.
That just happened to just.
Well,
she was already doing.
She was already
stuff,
here.
And
But
she just
no-
like, what the fuck is this?
But this guy came for
This dude literally he called me and then like I booked him and everything and then he was like, yeah, my flight like 3 days before he's like, yeah, my flight leaves tomorrow, blah blah blah. I'm like, flight, and I had to go back in and look at him to see where he was. And then for real, like I looked at his profile, like Las Vegas, and I was like, dude, are you flying out here from Las Vegas? I'm in Nashville. He goes, yeah, I know. All right.
Right?
And he came in a day early, like so he wound up crashing on my couch. We went out and ate Chinese the next day. Like we
treat a
hung
guy.
out.
You gotta treat a guy. They're gonna
we
come that
hung
far.
out. I mean, it was just like, what am I gonna do? Tell him no?
Right.
You're kind of responsible for that, you know?
I am like,
Like,
right?
no, man, you can't sleep on my couch, but you can stay out back behind the garage.
Some random comedian showing up on my fucking porch, man.
Sleep in the studio. Get acclimated with your environment.
Did he ever? Have you talked to him since?
No, but actually, do you know that I did put a bed out there? There's in the shed out there. There's a bed.
Just in case somebody gets too
There-
trashed.
There's a little nightstand.
Better watch out, man.
Do you know how many comedians call me like, "Hey, man, I'm in Nashville. Can I spend the fucking night?" And it's like, well, I mean,
In the shed.
The garage has AC. Do you know how many comedians have slept in this garage?
That's awesome.
Lots.
That is amazing.
Well, now that we got a
Yes.
half-ass decent couch, thank you,
pretty comfy.
Yeah,
Ronzo Cartwright.
Yeah, I mean, like, I want to help as much as I can. I mean, I'm not a hotel. I don't have room inside the house, but I mean, this
But you're a patron of the arts.
There's air conditioning in here, man. You can come out here and do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, good luck in the winter though with a little heater. Woo, it gets cold in this motherfucker.
Dude.
Oh, gosh, Ray.
God, it gets cold in this motherfucker.
Yeah,
It's the hottest of the hot and the coldest of the cold up in the sky.
Well, that's why we take the break. So like this is we got one more show on the 28th. By the way, June 28th is our last show before we take our break. We'll be coming back in September, the first week of September.
Something like that.
Something like that. Did we do a white trash story yet?
We have not.
All right.
We haven't asked our favorite horror movie yet.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
get to it.
Hey man, I'm drinking and took a shot. No, yes. Maybe would you like a shot?
She's got a
Sure.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
All right, and then what is your favorite horror movie?
All right. So it would be Amityville Horror, and that is because there is a. I actually liked both. The original confused me though because I'll never forget. I watched the newer one before the older one.
The Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the one.
And I remember watching the older one, and like the guy's like freaked out, and he's like driving away from the house, and like, why is there a pig with red eyes in the window though? What does that have to do with anything? Like it was just. I remember I was like young when I watched it, but the reason I watched the newer one. It was my first date ever. I was 13, and we got Chinese food, and I watched most of it by myself. Because he did not know that he was allergic to something in cashew chicken. So
Ooh.
he's in my mom's bathroom shitting his soul out.
Poor guy.
She's just answered the
He's
last
like,
question
I'm gonna
and the
take her
horror
somewhere
question.
Oh, no,
exotic.
this is a separate thing.
It's gonna be a classy
This
date.
is the origin story.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Oh, yeah. And it was great because, there's not cell phones, and all that was in there was like a real estate magazine. So he's like 13 just sitting in there. He's like, yeah, this was all I had. And I was like, I am so sorry.
But he's really into arches all of a sudden. And
Yeah, but it was great because I also had my
Stucco.
first kiss that night because it's like, so he comes to my house and shits so much, and then he goes to leave, and it's like, oh, we have our first kiss. So it's like,
Did you smell his shit?
oh, God.
I think she just.
In the house, there was no way to avoid that. It was a condo. Like, it was like very nearby.
he shit the
but-
condo. Okay.
Yeah, so that's great. So it's just like,
Have you seen Amityville Shark?
I thought you were going to say Amityville Shark.
Is that like, wait, hold on. It's like,
No,
is it shark?
Shark.
Shark.
Yes. Like Jaws shark.
That's a thing?
It's a thing.
Oh, my God.
Now you have to go see it.
I do.
If you want to be a true Amityville fan.
That's.
Is it at a haunted aquarium?
I know,
What's the
right?
context?
No, it's I think it's the Amityville house, but there's a shark in it.
Like
That's
the
a
pig,
Saturday
it's like a
Night
new.
Live
It's a pig
sketch.
in the window at the end.
Land shark.
You would think, but yeah, it's.
I would
there-
say
there-
just avoid the room with the
there's-
shark
yeah,
on the
right.
floor.
There's Amityville shark,
Right.
and then there's house shark. There's demon
Cocaine shark.
Yeah, there's cocaine. Shark.
Cocaine shark.
Cocaine shark. I've not seen it, but
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Cocaine Bear is
yes.
actually
Well,
awesome.
That's
That
the
was
origin.
great.
Cocaine.
I had to.
Cocaine shark.
Oh, it's.
Cocaine.
It's more realistic. It's not.
No, it's fun.
I don't know. It's-
Cocaine
yeah,
Bear.
Cocaine
is
Bear was fun.
Yeah.
Cocaine shark
Gosh,
is the
that was
knockoff
beautiful.
of Cocaine Bear.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Oh gosh.
There's a whole cocaine zoo series.
yes, it's the cocaine zooverse.
Oh god. There's gonna be a whole out like cocaine squid.
And
Like
then
it's
it
just
builds
gonna get ridiculous.
It builds up
Making me want to do cocaine.
It builds up to
I want
cocaine.
to break some lines out in this motherfucker.
Oh my god.
It builds up to Cocaine Bear versus Meth Badger.
Yes. I would pay.
Have y'all seen
Yes.
the? Have you seen the meth raccoon?
Yes.
Yeah,
No.
so there's a meth raccoon. So like this woman got pulled over. Where was it? The guy pulled over.
It was in Ohio.
Wait
Ohio.
a minute.
So-
My friend showed me bits of it. He's
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
pipes out in the car. or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they
Yes.
took
So,
the
like-
first one away.
And then he breaks out another one.
Oh my god.
Like they were teaching the raccoon how to smoke meth. Now, first of
my
all, what did they
God.
do with the raccoon? I mean, it's just like
I'm sure they probably euthanized it.
Well, like I said, it's
Can't
probably
be-
like a.
They ain't like no fucking rehab for raccoons,
Can you
baby.
imagine going through
maybe.
detox?
Yeah.
Oh my
holy
God.
shit.
It's like chewing holes in your walls.
Yeah.
And shit. Like,
It'd be hard to keep them in.
That's how we're gonna battle the fucking robots,
right? I
man.
mean, yeah.
Send in the coon.
Send in relapse raccoons.
Raccoons.
The whole foundation just crumbles like of your ass.
Anyways,
God.
moving forward into history.
All right, now can we get to the white trash can?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the most white trash thing you or your family or friends even can qualify? We just need to hear the the
dirt.
singular white trash story.
Okay. So I was living in Myrtle Beach. And,
Okay, that's yeah.
It's
it's a
trashy.
great start. And so me and my friend, I was about like 23-ish at this time, and we went out and we both got shit-faced on Fireball on a Wednesday. And she decides that I'm too drunk to drive, which is really funny because then we're leaving this neighborhood and she needs to take a left. She takes a left into the opposite lane and then tries to K-turn. And we end up, and it was just in like this 92 Lincoln Town Car that I had at the time. So sometimes when you put it in reverse, it's really like in neutral or something, and it just inches further and further into the ditch. So then we're in the ditch. She's not even a full U.S. citizen right now. And all of a sudden, okay, so we're in this ditch, and I call my mom, and it's great because my uncle and grandfather are visiting me at the same time. So I start to run away from the car. I was like, I need to get away from here. She's still there, and then I see blue lights. It's a state trooper and an ambulance. And I was like, I can't just leave this German there. Like, this is not good. So I go back, and she does this entire sobriety test. Like, she could win an Oscar for it. I was watching her like, look at her go. Like, this is beautiful. So my mom decides, she comes and she wants to rescue me. And she literally told me that she brought her cane for pity. So she shows up, talks to the officer, gets us home, and it's just this awkward ride home. They tow my car, 3 feet and charged me like $300. And we get there, my grandpa's just like, it's like 3 a.m. It was so bad. Oh, God. And then, so now every year when we have Christmas, I write my friend a card, and I said, if I was going to end up in a ditch with anyone, it would be you.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Did she get her citizenship?
We're almost there.
Damn.
Yeah, she, I almost fucked it up for her again because we were partying downtown in Johnson City, and she got public intox, and it was like, fuck. But it was dismissed. So it was a speed bump, but now she's fine. So, yeah, I have that effect on people somehow.
That sounds like a good spy movie.
Yeah.
Just constantly fucking up someone's attempts to become naturalized.
Oh, my God.
The first story, like the whole, like, mom coming in just with the cane and just the convoluted. I feel like it turned into a really convoluted plot.
Oh, yeah. I do think it's funny, though, because my grandpa judged me for getting that drunk. But so he had diabetes, but he liked to drink a little bit, and he lost his legs, in short, okay? But then he got fake legs.
New legs.
So then, my favorite part about this is that when I was a kid and I didn't realize how weird this was to share with people, he would hide candy in his fake legs.
Oh, shit.
Wait, Grandpa being a walking pinata is a way better white trash story.
Yeah. So, no. And so my favorite memory of this man is that it's Orlando, and it's hot as shit outside. And he goes to take his leg off. And what I see can only be described like when you have like a super fresh mozzarella stick, and you've got the cheese pull and the steam's rolling off, but it's your grandpa's sweaty stump and a shit ton of gum. Like,
oh, it was gum. Okay, you didn't
Rest
keep
in peace.
caramels in there.
The gum didn't melt.
No, he stopped doing it after that. It was a whole thing. Grandma was like trying to fight gum off the stump sock. Like it was an entire event.
Don't you ever put candy in there again.
Yes.
Our new band is going to be called Stump.
Yes.
Melted candy stump sock.
Yes.
Melted candy stump sock.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just
Love
play
that
three fast
guy.
chords.
Oh my god.
That's the name of our band. Stump sock.
Yeah, songs already wrote, man. Just need a guitar.
Oh my god. Yes.
Holy shit! What are your upcoming gigs?
I have. So there's a place in Bristol called Axe and Ale. We have a show called Venus Envy. It's an all-women show. It's at 7:30 on the 21st. And then I'll be at Scruffy City Hall in Knoxville on the 25th at 8 o'clock.
Nice.
So far this month.
Yeah. Thank you for coming out. It's been a pleasure.
you.
Very
Glad
funny
to
I hope
stuff.
you had fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, give it up one more time. All right. Who we got? Fucking Sarah Hines. Second time on the show. Winner of the white trash. What are we calling it? Story contest? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'm a little lost on that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Hines.
Happy Pride Month. Thank you. I used to think that I had a really good gaydar until I came out as queer at 35. Sometimes the call is coming from inside the house. I like many women in their 30s, I've been diagnosed with autism from TikTok. Honestly, I should have known earlier. One of the symptoms of autism I have is facial blindness. Has anyone seen Sinners? Oh my God, it's amazing. Oh, of course, right? Oh, I actually might not want to talk to you about it. We might have very different viewpoints. But I actually saw Sinners 2 times before I realized that the twins were played by Michael B. Jordan and Michael B. Jordan. And if that wasn't because of my autism, I think it's one of 2 things. One is I think Michael B. Jordan is just such a great actor. He could embody 2 men. Number 2, it might be that I'm so overrun with white guilt that I'm like really fighting the stereotype that all black men look alike. So I'm going to be completely convinced that 2 black men look completely different, even if those 2 men are Michael B. Jordan and Michael B. Jordan. Let's see, more about me. I'm a neo-Gnostic. I'm glad nobody cheered. Sometimes people think I said neo-Nazi. Now that we know that there's no Nazis here, weird that Nazis are back, right? Kanye West released a song called Heil Hitler. I did my thesis in Holocaust philosophy, and in 1945 we said never again. Turns out we meant just not for another 80 years, right? Oh, you guys like the Nazi jokes? Oh, 9. Oh, yeah, let's see. Now for my next Nazi joke. You know, I feel like a magician, right? Walking around being like, for my next Nazi joke. No, for this, all you have to know is that Portugal invented white people. I can explain later. I promise it's not funny. But I went to Portugal recently. I went to a city called Porto. That's port if you don't speak Portuguese. I don't speak Portuguese. My mom also doesn't speak Portuguese, although she tries. And the way you say thank you in Portuguese is obrigado. And she went up to this waiter at a restaurant and just with full confidence said, avocado. Avocado. So in Porto, they have this huge monument of a ship, right? And the tour guide was explaining it to us. She was like saying, like, this ship was given to us as a present from the Catholic Church for being neutral in World War II. See, a Nazi joke. And like, I don't love war, but I'm like, I kind of think like World War II is one that would be okay to, you know, like fight in, right? And the whole time we're there, everyone's being like, yeah, we got this from the Vatican for being neutral in World War II. And it wasn't until I got home and I was explaining this to my friend, and she was like, no, Sarah, they didn't get the monument for not, they got the monument for not siding with Germany during World War II. And I was like, oh. And, you know, honestly, I really think it makes sense that Portugal invented white people, because I really think it's the most white thing you can do to brag about getting a statue from God for not being a literal Nazi. Avocado, my name is Sarah Hines.
Returning champ, Sarah Hines.
Hello. Now, Sarah. We got to meet you last time.
Yes.
We got to hear your white trash story.
Yes.
And you actually brought evidence
I
to
did.
back up. So, to catch you up, if you didn't hear her story, she went into, was it one store or several stores?
One store.
One store. She
One
bought
store.
100 bottles of ketchup,
Mhm.
and then went home and put that ketchup in a bathtub and then bathed in it. There are photographic evidence in order to do that. Tell the story. Tell the story.
I mean, you pretty much just told it. Yeah.
Well, there was also a comedian. That
Yes. So there was a comedian. I have a picture of him. I couldn't find that picture, unfortunately, but like I didn't know him at the time. But later, when I was like looking at these pictures, I was like, oh, that's Jamal. That's my friend Jamal Gardner, and he worked at Kroger, and he was checking out, and he was like very pissed that these children were buying all this ketchup and like wasting his time.
And then they had to restock the whole damn aisle.
Yeah. They were out of ketchup for weeks.
Oh
Everyone
my
was
God,
complaining.
you ruined so many Memorial Day weekend parties. I mean,
Right.
May we see?
Yeah, absolutely.
all right.
Here you go.
So this
Whoa,
is
whoops.
exciting. So,
So first is the ketchup. There's bottles of all the ketchup, so you can see the evidence of how many there are.
This wow, that's like insane.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
you've ever seen the movie Carrie,
Oh.
It's like burning. It burns your eyes
yeah,
too.
well, there's vinegar in
Yeah, it's like it's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, that
It's
would.
also kind of hot in a way too. Sorry,
Did you have ketchup sores? Did people find out that would be a thing because of you? I need to know more about the.
I like.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's worse. It's worse.
There
You
were.
kind of look like a rock'em sock'em.
Yeah, we also got a kiddie pool.
Oh God,
Dude, you wasn't joking.
Yeah, no, I mean like they made me like they also like poured it on me when I got in there.
Here's the bottles
yeah.
just for the there bottles.
So
And all evidence has been presented.
right.
So I have to say, hands down, that is just one of my favorite things that have occurred on this show, and it's just
I like that.
yeah, like I like when you're imagining it, you don't really have context because it's like. Plus, that's red. That's stark red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't actually. I don't want them next to the vampire.
that-
I don't know if that's like a thing or not.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
like
I knew it was ketchup.
So, what do you think about the synthetic blood type genre, like True Blood introduced and like Daywalkers kind of introduced? Well, not really. That wasn't even synthetic. That was real blood. But like with synthetic blood, what do you think about
I
that?
mean, it's like those Boca burgers.
or it's like Delta 8 for
It's like-
vampires.
It's like yeah, Impossible Burger.
blood.
You know?
Yeah, it's like it's close,
Government blood.
but it's like I don't know, like Coke Zero.
yeah.
It's like it kind of tastes like the same thing, but there's just that subtle difference.
Doesn't fully scratch that itch.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just go to blood banks.
Perfect.
I got a dealer.
Red Cross.
So, so Count, we've not asked you what is your white trash moment.
I'm an Eastern European vampire. That's pretty white trashy.
Very poor over there.
Have you been to Albania?
No.
I think that's like where white trash comes from.
It is.
I invented
before
this.
this country.
I invented this motherfucker.
It's actually a fact. Like 90% of the world's stolen cars end up in Albania.
Interesting.
Go
Yeah.
figure.
So you're like undead white Euro trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I like it.
I would have to say, like, the movie sucked, but George Hamilton as Dracula.
It was insufferable.
I love
Oh my god, that guy to me, when I saw him on Hollywood Squares, I didn't even know who the fuck he was. I'm like, this guy's insufferable.
So is George? I have this theory. Everybody has an actor that they absolutely hate.
Well, Tom Cruise, but anyways, him too.
Tom Cruise is that for you, or is it George Hamilton?
Well, Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Yeah, I would take the fucking vampire George Hamilton Hollywood Squares over that guy. That demon. It looks the same now as he did 30 years ago.
He's very toasty.
When you're rich, you have the availability to do like a lot of things.
He lost me when he danced on Oprah's couch, and then the Scientology started breaking, and I'm like, ew.
That's
for the record, that's Tom Cruise, not George Hamilton.
Yeah,
he didn't dance on Oprah's couch.
Oh, I thought George Hamilton did that in '87. That was.
Yeah, he was the very first person to dance on it, but Tom Cruise was the last.
He perfected it.
He did.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that didn't really happen, did it?
No.
Like, I'm gonna say, I hope not. I was like, well, that really kind of lines up the stars, like, circle of life.
No, but now I have a mental image of George Hamilton dancing on it.
Yeah, we might have Mandela affected that into existence
If we
by
all
talking
believe
about
it,
it. Yeah, I think it's
then
nice.
everyone.
Everybody just think it once.
Now there's a big blow-up picture of him on Oprah's couch in the Smithsonian.
Check those pictures of the ketchup lady.
Right. Oh my God, it's
Well, where the
it.
hat was, Tom Cruise's guys is like, this is a bad look. We're going to have to kind of erase this. That was George Hamilton.
That we've talked a lot about George Hamilton, more than I would have anticipated.
Nobody on this planet is talking about George Hamilton right now.
It's like the line from The Mummy where it's like, oh, no one's spoken that language for 3,000 years.
Like, how did we fall down this rabbit hole?
You asshole.
George
I'm
Hamilton.
sorry. Would you like a shot?
No, thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't need another one. I'm just.
That's
I
why.
wanted another one. I don't need it.
This one right here. You
I got one.
Do you have your cuppy cup? Here's your body.
Favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie, it's El Orfanato. It's a Spanish movie. They remade it. It's The Orphanage. They remade it in English, but the Spanish one's much better.
Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
was that the Guillermo?
Guillermo
Yeah,
del
Guillermo del
Toro.
Toro. Yeah, it's really good.
Is that where the kid actually was just locked in the basement the whole time? When
I mean, I wasn't going to fucking spoil it for everybody, but yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's
I'm
been
thinking
around
that's
for a while.
Yeah,
I understand
totally.
there's like theaters right now, but like, yeah, don't do that to people.
Yeah, no.
But I like to do it to people.
How old's the movie?
I don't know.
I think it was like 93 or something.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
it's not. It doesn't. Okay, it doesn't go way back because I.
No. His Spanish movie period, I think, was like early 90s to the early aughts, maybe. Or
Remember when we watched that Spanish horror movie? Was it Horror Rises from the Tomb? Paul Naschy. He didn't like it either.
I was gonna. It doesn't sound. Horror Risers from the Tomb.
Horror Rises from the Tomb.
Horror rises from the tomb. I thought it was horror risers from the tomb.
Horror
I was like,
risers.
that does not sound good.
You made it better somehow.
Maybe it translated in Spanish weird.
There was a lot of movies during. All right, so if you don't know that, Count and I had a show before called The Commentary, and we would watch movies that were public domain.
Right.
Doesn't mean that they're great. Just means that they're old.
You can't get copyrighted.
And they're accessible.
Yeah. So we would wind up watching. Like I had never watched Metropolis before we watched Metropolis. The next person that tells me Metropolis is like the greatest fucking movie, I'm gonna deck them.
okay, so
Right dead in the fucking face.
Fritz Lang.
Oh, here he comes.
Well,
You got
okay.
glasses.
You're not getting a bed for Christmas.
Oh, we took him off, sir.
I saw Metropolis with live accompaniment by the Alloy Orchestra. So they use like garbage and saw blades and all this stuff
So
to
that's
do.
rad.
Yeah, they're doing a live,
Like
like Stomp. Yeah, but a live performance of the score while they screen the movie. And watching it that way was phenomenal. I had a whole greater
So
appreciation
there's a
for it.
performance art to that.
Yeah, for sure.
But just sitting in someone's lawnmower shed with a Mexican and a vampire.
I mean, the way you put it that way, that actually sounds like a great time.
Yeah, you got
But maybe
Albanians
I'm
and
a
Mexicans.
little biased.
I've never watched a movie with a vampire, and I'm like, I would.
Do you want to?
I would love to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I've got a show in a couple of weeks. Come on out. We're going to watch all kinds of movies.
Great. As long as it's in a garden shed.
It's in a bar.
Damn.
Yeah.
So, like, doing the show in the garden lawnmower shed was actually kind of rad while it was, like, rad. Right? I mean, you were there for a couple
It
of
was a
years.
tight squeeze,
It was
man.
a tight squeeze. So the joke of it was to see if we could squeeze a band into the shed with us as we did the podcast.
Yeah.
We would have. There was this one band. Each member was probably 400 pounds. You remember that? And them
Oh,
trying to
was it
squeeze-
pool?
I'm not saying names.
Oh.
But yeah, precisely. And just to have them like squeeze in and then play music, they're playing their instruments. Like the lead singer's like 8
Remember
foot
when I
tall.
was real drunk or high one time, and I was like, man, would it be cool if they could like put those big bouncy balls in their butts and they could just like be like rocking and then bouncing back up, big fat guys. Anyways, go ahead.
That was just last Tuesday.
Yeah. But we had a lot of fun. I mean, it was just like we weren't taking shit serious. Not that we take shit seriously now, but I mean, it's about having fun. I mean, it's the end of the week. We all worked a hard week. Like, right? Everyone here worked a hard fucking week.
Yeah.
Maybe they did.
Probably.
I don't know.
I did. I don't know about everybody.
I know that I did. So at the end of the week, you want to have a few shots. You want to talk some shit, and that's the best thing is to talk some shit, man. I mean, we're not being serious. No one should take us serious. If you're clipping this and going to use it for nefarious fucking things,
took it out of context there,
exactly.
assholes.
Right? Yeah. So we're all having fun. All right. So, do you happen to have another white trash story that may top? Not that I think that it will. But that may top your ketchup story.
Yeah, it's the holy grail so far.
So I've like been thinking a lot about it, and actually, like Kate was telling a story about like getting in the trash bags.
That's runner up.
Well,
that's literally it. Yeah.
We did something that was worse, I think. And I'm not just trying to one up you, but what happened is like we got these big tarps, like really, really big tarps. And we made water slides out of them.
Yeah.
But we duct taped them together on 3 sides, so there was a pool at the bottom, and we put it like on a cement ramp, and then we duct taped it to a fan at the top to hold it open.
To blow the air into.
To blow the air into it and hold it open.
Yeah.
And then like let a pool build up at the bottom and put dish soap. But then, like, you had to climb back up the slide because that was the only way out.
Ooh, so was your parents
with the dish soap?
With the dish soap.
Your parents rigged this up?
No, they weren't there.
The kids came up with it.
Yeah, I mean, we were like teenagers.
Oh, okay, that's still.
And
like,
so we.
This
we
isn't
did
like hidden ancient white trash knowledge that's passed down from generation to generation that you know of.
And then we would like fight like on the way back up, like you would like be trying to crawl back up with the dish soap. And I only did it like once or twice because I was really afraid that the fan was gonna fall over and fall into the water.
Everybody's gonna die.
God, yeah.
That's what I was.
This could have been like somebody just comes. There's like 3 dead people. It's like, what the fuck just happened?
3 dead teenagers. Too.
And they wanted us to all be in the pool at the bottom fighting to get back up. And it was really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lives were risked.
Ruined.
Yeah.
But I mean, I also think it was just more stupid than white trash, to be honest.
But some of the best things are both.
Right.
Yeah, white trash has many different categories.
Right.
It can be fun.
Yeah, there's classy white trash compared to just some trash. Anyways.
I love it.
I've seen some wild people. There's people who live in the woods, man. And I live close to them. I live in the woods, but there's people that's way out there more than me. I call them Billy Bob.
Further
and Billy
in the
Bob
woods.
don't take no shit. You don't fuck with Billy Bob out in the woods.
It's a spectrum.
I've lived in Colombia. I know Billy Bob and his 18 dogs. And
my favorite white trash thing to see is like a bunch towards like I see it summertime only. It'll be a trailer.
Oh,
instead of like putting a new roof on a trailer, they'll just build a fucking barn roof over it. You know what I mean? That's trashy.
Now, did you ever go to the hippie commune out there?
I've been like mudding back behind it where the fence line is, but it's not like open to the public anymore.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta whenever they do their little doodle fest or arts and crafts shit, they'll pander to make money, but you gotta like be on the end to fucking just walk up in there.
When I was in high school, we would go out there and we would buy weed there, and they would have ice bean where they would have there's soybean, and they would make ice cream out of the soybean. It was okay. I mean, like I prefer it over ice cream? No, but it's cool.
It's all cool.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
They had to like make it the old-fashioned way, where you like do a bag inside of a bag where you had the salt and then the ice.
No,
I think you're describing shake and bake methamphetamines. I don't think you're describing ice cream.
So when I went to Pennsylvania, they had the Amish communities out there, and so we had the Amish ice cream, which was amazing. But like my brother stole one of the hats from one of the people, and so they're like looking for their hat.
Did it? You're lucky they didn't fucking form a posse and they got like the torches and
They did.
pitchforks.
We were out fucking with their horses, and we weren't even supposed to be in the we were just trying to wrangle a horse, and they're like calling us over and everything, and my brother was wearing the hat, and they're like, "Where did you get the hat from?" Like, my brother was like, "It's mine."
Obviously, you ain't got an Amish hat. It's mine, motherfucker.
Bought it.
White trash, baby.
I fucking love it.
Sarah, what are your upcoming kids?
I'm at Paducah Pride tomorrow.
Right on.
Yeah, come see me at 2 o'clock there. And then on the 28th, I'm doing a show at Bluegrass Vineyard at Smiths Grove. Yep. With our friend Kyle Allen.
Heck
yeah.
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 Shout out Kyle.
Hey.
Bye.
All right, give it up one more time for Sarah Hines.
Sarah.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Bo motherfucking Cowan, VIP.
Strangler.
Happy Friday the 13th, y'all. Woo! I mean, who needs Kill Tony when you could go kill some camp counselors at Crystal Lake? All right. So I'm not really too white trash myself, but my parents grew up with white trash families. Like my dad's side of the family, pure white trash. My mom's side of the family, white trash, but with money. Like, yeah, my uncles had swimming pools, but they're above ground. Like, my grandpa owned a golf course, but it was putt-putt. Like, one of my great aunts owned a chain of bookstores, but it was an adult bookstore. So, I'm a single guy. Any single people in here? Okay, good. Yeah, dating is like so hard for me in the city. There's so many liberal girls out in the city, and here I am looking like an overweight JD Vance. Yeah, like I've been single for so long I get depressed watching porn. Like I was watching a video the other day, and I was like, man, why can't a girl look at me the way Angela White looks at the pizza boy? Any freaky people in here? Okay, good. Yeah, I used to think I was really freaky, and then I went to a BDSM club. Yeah, I'm not freaky. I thought I was with the fuzzy handcuffs and the ball gag or whatever. No, this is some next level shit. Oh my God, there were people suspended on hooks. There were people getting tasered. There was a bald guy with nails sticking out of his head holding a Rubik's Cube. Yeah, just not for me, man. Oh, God. But I do like role-playing. I like to role-play a lot. Like, one time I invited a girl over. We wanted to play doctor. I was the doctor. She was the patient. So what I did was I made her wait 2 hours in the living room. And I told her she needed to lose a few pounds. And then I gave her a bill for $500. Hey, in this scenario, my character went to Vanderbilt. That shit is expensive. Oh, my God. Yeah, and last Halloween, I hooked up with this goth chick, really hot. She had a slasher movie fetish. So we rented a cabin in Gatlinburg. And, yeah. Yeah, she dressed up as Velma from Scooby-Doo. That was my request. And then she handed me a hockey mask and said, I want you to put this on, and I want you to chase me around, pin me down, choke me, and rearrange my guts. And let me tell you, I fucking obliged. Yeah. They still haven't found the body. All right, I'm Bo Gowan.
I love the hat, man. I really do.
Oh, thanks. Does anybody have any Tylenol? I have got like the worst headache. I don't know why.
So we got some double mint chewing gum.
That's bad for your liver. You can't combine
man.
drinking.
Yeah, you can't combine it with alcohol. It's
Yeah.
not a good thing.
I know.
We have alcohol though. You like some alcohol?
Yeah,
That'll
I'll
help a
take
headache.
shot.
Fuck yeah.
Oh man, Rev, you going shot for shot with him? Oh wow.
Yeah, I took a shot of one of your
It's
others.
tradition.
Yeah.
Did you take a? You didn't take a shot of the.
I took
the skull.
one of the ones where the ball wasn't as. It was like almost empty.
Okay, that's fine. That's pure. Like, so if you're taking a shot of the skull there, it's,
That's Chunder.
it could be
Chunderskeet.
Chunderskeet. It could be questionable. Yeah, questionable.
Yeah. Well, I'll just take one of the little solo cups.
Yeah. No, we're gonna hook
for
you up.
sanitary
Get you some
reasons.
pure Kentucky.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
those
that's-
reused. We just wash them out.
Yeah, you're getting so much herpes from this thing. It's
But yeah, with the BDSM club, it's fine. Like I said, I'm
But
single.
you
so
actually win. Like that's real true.
It's a real story, huh?
Yeah, so like I went by. I thought it'd be a fun place to meet women. I was wrong.
Dude, I can't tell if you'd stick out like a sore thumb or fit exactly
I'm
in.
surprised
It's
they
one of the
didn't
two.
just mob you. Like,
No,
oh, I
actually,
want some
so,
of this.
like,
You didn't go after the jaws.
It's
straight,
actually
did you?
surprisingly. Oh, thank you. It's actually surprisingly boring going to one of those by yourself because all you can do is just watch. And 1 second.
So there's rules like no touching in there.
I mean, you can ask them, but anyway. So yeah, I went by myself. I thought I could meet women, but the thing is that when you go to sex clubs, most of the people who are hooking up, they already know each other. Sure. You know, they met each other online. They've known each other for years. You can't just go up to a random person and ask if they could hook up or something. You know, that they'll get creeped out by it.
So you had to find out the hard way.
No. I mean, I did research, but yeah, all I did was.
You already knew going in. I'm not gonna get
How
anything.
does one approach a BDSM club?
Their chat rooms and websites, and anyway, they got these things called munches, where you go to like a Chinese buffet or something, chit chat, and just kind of like get to know each other. Very nice people. And then you go over to the club. I'm not going to say the name of it for privacy reasons, but if you know, you know. Anyway, and they do a little orientation. We sit in the classroom. We do the It's not.
What the fuck is this?
It's at a school?
No. It's
all right.
Everybody's got to sign a waiver.
Where's the kindergarten teacher from earlier?
It's in like a warehouse. Well, it looks like a warehouse on the inside. Outside, but anyway, you go in. There's a lobby that looks like a doctor's office. There's all kinds of like.
I think he's
sexual-
telling the truth.
Yeah, no, I think
Sexual-
Too many details.
I don't think he can do anything but the truth.
Keep going, sir.
So anyway, so there's like all these like pamphlets and stuff about sexual awareness, health, and consent and all that. Great for them. Yes, that is a very big thing.
So nobody
imagine.
comes back and say,
Yeah,
right
you
there
come
or
in
something,
educated.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so there's like a classroom where they have like seminars on like rope tying and authority exchange and all kinds of stuff like
I did
that.
both of those in Cub Scouts, by the way.
And I go in for the orientation. They tell you about the history of the place, how it used to be like Dolly Parton's recording studio before being a club.
I think you're starting to give it
I
away
am
now.
not making this
Some
shit up.
plot thickens. You can make a whole movie about this.
So
guy that's going into
Jolene-
this place. This is a fucking movie that needs to be made.
Jolene was recorded in the same place
wanna
where
make a
some guys
horror
got
movie
nipple
in
clamps.
No, make it
Place.
a
I want to rent the
rom-com.
place out and do like some kind of Saw-like horror movie. It feels like. And anyway, it's very industrial. There's literal chains and ropes and sex swings, and a regular swing set. Literally
For the real
just-
creepy
yeah,
fucks.
Like a
just- you just-
playground swing set.
Yeah. But
got
you know,
dirt and gravel.
reinforced for adults. But like, yeah, at one point I was just kind of swinging while some people saw some people fucking. and-
This is a goddamn horror movie if I've ever heard. Just
And-
him swinging at the sex club.
I have this memo.
And I was wearing like.
Please tell me they just have nothing but a diaper on. Please tell me.
No.
He could be dressed exactly as he is now. I'm still going to have bad dreams tonight,
There was
man.
a guy dressed as Dracula, by the way. Not him. Not him.
You're not supposed.
You don't be putting dirt on his name.
That's
Accounts
right.
earned it.
Keep it private.
So like.
Didn't you go to orientation?
Okay, so during the orientation, there was a. Okay, did you see like the Francis Ford Coppola Dracula? And there's that scene where Gary Oldman has like a top hat and a nice shoot.
Oh,
Yeah, long
Early
hair.
on,
yeah.
This guy in the orientation was dressed just like that, except instead the suit being gray, it was black. And I asked him like, so cool outfit. Is that like your BDSM persona or something? He's like, no, this is just how I normally dress. He was, yeah, country ass accent. And there was a guy in a cowboy outfit, which isn't as strange considering we live in Tennessee, but he had a thick Eastern European accent.
Again with the count. You can't
Stop name dropping.
Just saying.
Yeah, it was not the count. No. Oh God, no. So like,
And
the
he's got his
Dracula
white. He's got his
looked
white face paint
was-
on, and
And now, all
was
the guys,
redneck.
now everyone's gonna see. There's a middle image of me in a cowboy hat.
He was a short king and like really skinny and had a beard. And anyway. So yeah, and there's like an area where you could just kind of watch these scenes, as they call you. It's practically almost a museum, like art exhibit type shit.
so little tableaus of.
I know.
Yeah.
They have competitions for this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, like there was this one couple that had vests on with all kinds of pouches. I thought they were bikers. They weren't. All of them were for like scene competitions, and everything was out in the open. There were no private rooms, and you could just watch people make these BDSM scenes. You know, people being suspended by chains and stuff.
Were they filming?
Oh God, no. That is a very strict rule. You do not film. I mean, there's like
That's what I was asking. That's
yeah,
what
you do not take your phone out in the play area. Yeah.
Playground.
Yeah, they have freaking doctor's office as one of the play areas. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big time. It's nuts. And but yet they don't have toys. You got to bring your own toys.
Sure.
But they supply the chains and the ropes and stuff, and it is very elaborate. And oh my God, there was this one scene. It was graphic. He had his sub bound like crazy all over, and even had her tits like bound. And he had this mini little like cattle prod taser. You could buy them on Amazon for like $50.
He's researched.
It's a very mild electric shock.
We're getting one.
And he was like, he was like zapping her tits with the zapper repeatedly.
Three of them.
Like
And like he was like slapping them around like bongos. Like by the end of it, her entire body was completely bruised.
Yeah.
Just
How-
oh my God.
How long are they doing these scenes?
They could go on for like a couple hours, to be honest.
Wow, man.
That sounds like Serbian.
But they also educate you on aftercare. So after you do that stuff, after you finish your scene, you wrap a blanket around them, you comfort them, get them kisses, and in like the lobby area, they got like all kinds of snacks and
Juice boxes, yeah.
Exactly, that type of stuff. And there's a little lounge area. It's very tasteful with a little fireplace and a TV watching anime and couches. And, you know, they sat and just comforted them.
This is the scariest motherfucker I've ever met.
Yeah,
God.
for sure, dude. For sure.
Strangler, man.
For sure.
I did not participate in any of that stuff. I just simply watched.
That makes it worse. You know that, right?
No, but the doctor's room is where that joke came from.
Yes. Oh, and there was a massage table, too, where couples would give each other massages. That's a big thing.
I'm sorry, Kate. Did you have a question? Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you able to just watch instead of participate? I did. Okay.
Oh, it's very boring just watching. If I had a
I-
partner, I would participate, but I don't.
I want to just watch. I used to go out with a dude who would try to entice me to go to sex clubs, and I'd always be like, I'm apprehensive, like I don't really know, but like I think you just sold it to me.
They purposely tried
It's
to
great-
make it
it's
as
great for
comfortable
material,
for you as
but-
possible. Yeah.
He
What
could
do
be
they
your
do?
guide. He could take you there.
What?
God, he's started a community. There's a community.
No.
There's a community uprising.
What the fuck is happening?
Okay, so let me reiterate. So the chains to suspend you, the ropes to like bind you, the sex swing in the back, that is all supplied there. But if you want whips, you want vibrators, you want crazy shit, they actually do supply like a big gallon thing with a pump of lube. And
But do people approach you and you just say no, like I'm not?
no,
into
that's
that?
not
Like,
how it works. Everybody who does it in these clubs are partnered up.
partner.
Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you have to be with a couple
everything's
in order
like
to.
prearranged. You don't just go up to a random person and ask them. That will creep them the hell out.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
No, okay, so
But
you,
it's very
you
sex
had just
positive.
went. You just had went like to spectate.
I was mostly curious. It's a nonprofit.
They're a 501c.
How'd you get invited?
Well, you go to the Munch. So you go on. I'll talk to you about it, but I won't talk to.
I was like, what is the Munch?
I mentioned earlier. Yeah, you
Go to the Chinese buffet and
you
just
go like a Chinese buffet. It's prearranged, and it's set up by the club.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my question.
Very good.
Do they have stained ceiling tiles at this particular Chinese buffet?
None of the crazy stuff happens at the Chinese.
No, what I'm
place.
saying is that only good Chinese buffets have like janky ass
Yeah, you
stained.
hear like a dog barking in the background.
Yeah,
so
man.
you don't hear the dog.
That's a good Chinese buffet.
You know, I came into
Yeah.
this thinking I'd be talking about horror movies all night. And
No, you are. You're just writing it now.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
To bring it
but,
back
like,
to Tom Cruise, did it feel like Eyes Wide Shut?
Shoot. So what? No, not as creepy. Yeah, okay. So when Clyde Barker was doing research for, the book that Hellraiser was based on, he went to sex BDSM clubs.
Well, I
for
didn't think he did that
research.
for research. I thought he was just into that.
I think it's a little from column A and a little from column
he
B.
went to that stuff and researched that stuff. So yeah, it does kind of feel like Hellraiser a little bit, but like a safe version, controlled. So yeah.
Did you know Clive Barker recently came out with a kids movie?
No shit.
No, he's
Dude,
still alive. I mean, he's barely alive, but he's still alive.
He's like what, in his 60s,
70s.
Really? I
That's
thought he
a
was
kid-
younger than that.
What's the content of this kid's movie that he?
It's called Night of the Zoocalypse.
Okay.
Yes, I heard about that. I thought that was an Eli Roth movie, but yeah, it's like a zombie zoo or whatever.
He didn't write this. He came up with the story concept.
Okay.
Yeah, he also wrote the story that Candyman was based on too, and did Nightbreed and a few other stuff.
I never could get into those movies. Never. Not a one.
Nightbreed wasn't so bad.
Nightbreed was fine.
Once you see
Like
the final
Serpent
cut
of the
it.
Rainbow was about the only one, and then after
Wes
that,
Craven.
That's the
Wes
Bill
Craven.
Pullman, right?
Yeah, Bill
Okay.
Pullman.
Yeah.
That's where they're looking for like that, like fucking voodoo drug or some shit.
Oh,
I-
Clive Barker, Raw
I
Head
think I have a
Rats.
copy of it, but I don't own
Hellraiser.
it. Haven't watched it.
Hellraiser.
It's what I
Pinhead
made a
and-
joke about earlier with the guy with the nails sticking out of his
And
head.
a Rubik's
Pinhead,
Cube.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
couldn't get into Hellraisers either.
The first two are good.
I was gonna say I prefer Hellraiser 2. I didn't like the first one that much, but Hellraiser 2 is a really good movie.
I did see that remake they did with the chick as Pinhead.
It wasn't
That
that
one's
bad.
meh.
It wasn't that bad.
wasn't bad.
If it,
I wasn't mad at it.
they should have leaned harder on the torture porn stuff because that's what the whole
You would
Hellraiser
think,
thing's
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a little more open. Yeah.
You know, I would love to see the guy who directed the Terrifier movies do a Hellraiser movie. I think he'd do a good
Terrifier, man. Like the first one was okay.
What, All Hallows Eve or
but-
Terrifier the
no,
movie?
It all runs in the same. It's all
Yeah.
the same Art the Clown.
Yeah.
But Terrifier 2 was fucking that one scene, the bedroom scene, where he breaks that fucking chick down like a lobster. Just breaks her down. It happens so fast you're not fucking like ready for it. And all of a sudden you're like, holy fucking shit, man. It's just like, what do you got?
Oh, I just wanted to show you the picture I showed you earlier.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
point it at the camera if you want.
Yeah. You want me?
Yep. He wants everybody to see.
Yeah, I met the guy who played Art the Clown at a convention.
It's not going to show. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, a couple of
Yay.
conventions. Great guy. Nicest guy you'll ever meet in your life.
Bo, remind me again. What's your favorite horror movie?
I have seen so many that I can't pick, but I did like Sinners. Love Nosferatu. I saw that 3 times in theaters.
Like your favorite of all time, or just more?
I don't have a favorite of all time, but I can. Oh God, I'll just pick. I'll just name like 5 that I really like,
Okay.
and then the
There you
rest.
go.
All right.
Top
I
five.
love The Thing for its practical effects,
Yeah.
blood and gore. Let's see. I loved Oculus for its actual scares.
Okay.
That's paranormal stuff freaks me out. I love Scream for its rewatchability. Yeah, that's a fun one. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. That's a good one for
That's
horror.
fun.
I love
comedy.
that.
I don't, but I see that with you.
You didn't like that?
No.
Get
It's
I
fun.
liked how they kind of reversed
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
your list of movies that you hate is like.
I didn't
way
say I
bigger-
hated it.
Oh, you didn't say okay.
I didn't say I hate, but just like I mean, just some things are just kind of, I don't know. Like for me, like Thing is definitely in my
yeah.
top 5. Yeah. What about you? Is the Thing in your top 5?
No, I would say so.
Thing
Thing's
in your
great.
top 5?
For
The
horror,
Thing-
sure. Yeah.
The Thing is definitely it's my favorite John Carpenter movie, and it's probably my favorite Alien film.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did like They Live though.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That was a real close second. Real close second.
That's more action though.
I like Big Trouble in Little China.
I watched that again recently. It's just fantastic.
Christine.
And really, I like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. That's actually my favorite
pretty
entry in the
decent.
Halloween movie.
I met
like
Tom Atkins
any
at
Halloween.
convention last year too.
That last
Tom
Halloween
Atkins
was
is great.
terrible.
I've met him.
Yeah.
No, I hate every Halloween except for the Rob Zombie Halloweens. Like the Rob Zombie Halloweens, put it in that white trash kind of thing.
I
where
find that
like,
annoying as shit, to be
Really?
honest.
I just felt like
Sherry
here's the thing
Moon.
about Halloween, like the shape, and they're like, well, he doesn't have to have a backstory, blah blah blah. But when you watch that fucking movie, it's like he's this kid that winds up killing his sister.
Well, that's the thing. It's supposed to be like this regular kid, normal childhood. One day he just snaps.
upper middle class.
Upper middle class. One day he just snaps and kills his sister. And that's scary because that can happen to anybody. But then you see the 2007 one, you're like, yeah, no shit, he went crazy. Look at his background.
Right. And I guess maybe it's more believable that this kid who was traumatized by life, essentially, winds up becoming the serial killer. I can see that. I can see that dude doing the fucked up things that he's doing, and then also the sympathetic reasons why he's doing it. You know, where like the and nothing against John Carpenter himself as a filmmaker, but just like his early movies, The Fog.
Fog, I couldn't do it. I can't do it. I can't do
We
The
actually
Fog.
just saw The Fog a
I
couple
hate
weeks
it.
ago.
I can't do it.
It's. I think it's a good starter horror film. We brought.
It's not his. It's
Yeah.
not his best movie, but I think it's a good little ghost.
It is kind of a throwback thing too,
for
isn't it?
John Carpenter. Like
There's people that hate the Ghosts of Mars. I really enjoy Ghosts
I didn't
of Mars.
see Ghosts of Mars.
The soundtrack is amazing.
Christine, that's a great.
Christine
film.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Still holds up to this day.
My mom hates horror, but she loves Christine.
I like Body Bags.
I cannot
Is that
do
the
body
anthology one?
bags.
Yeah, it's the
John
yeah,
Carpenter
I
is
saw
the
that
horror
one.
host in that
Mark
one.
Hamill's in that one. I like
Creep
it.
Show's my favorite anthology one.
John Carpenter. And
And
if we're
Trick or
talking,
Treat.
if we're talking John Carpenter and anthologies, we have to mention Cigarette Burns. I would say
Yes.
I have not
That's
seen
his
that.
last good movie.
Yeah, 100%.
He did The Ward after that, which sucked. But like Cigarette Burns, man, that is John Carpenter, man.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
watch that movie and you're like, oh, that's a John Carpenter movie.
You know, I feel like the 70s era of horror was like the scariest. Like 80s was fun as hell, but 70s for actual terror.
Well, it depends. I mean, if you're talking about like Last House
or like
Texas Chainsaw,
It had
Black Christmas.
Black
Oh,
Christmas,
kind of that
Black
16
Christmas.
millimeter gritty
That
vibe.
grain,
Yeah,
that grain
yeah.
to it.
It's a little bit different from a lot of the movies that you're talking about. There's a 70s horror movie that I discovered fairly recently called Messiah of Evil.
Okay.
Check that out.
Sounds familiar.
I actually, I just watched it not too long ago too. It was one of those movies that come up in like your top 10 of movies you should watch or whatever.
Yeah. What streaming site did you see it on?
I don't remember it at all. I just remember like
Watch it again.
being like fucked up and then watching it.
You got to watch that movie twice.
Yeah.
Because the first time it's like you kind of walk away from it, you don't really fully understand what you're watching, but then you watch it again, you appreciate it more every time you watch it.
At this point, I'm getting to the point where I'm watching movies that I've passed up in life that
Yeah.
I've not seen before. Because like I've seen The Thing more than 500 times, so I'm trying to like not watch things that I've watched 500 times.
Oh, that's something I did watch. It was Color Out in Space or something.
Oh yeah,
With Nick-
That slipped me.
That was
That
fantastic.
slipped me up when the whole connected
The mother, yeah.
Did you
yeah.
see Reanimator?
Oh
Yeah,
my-
man.
No, I haven't seen that.
Reanimator.
You've never seen
The
Reanimator?
original,
Uh-uh.
Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah, they just
I haven't.
reshowed that at Regal like a couple weeks ago.
It's great.
So good.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, you can watch it on streaming or buy the Blu-ray.
Why am I blanking on the director?
It's Stuart Gordon.
Stuart Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some. What was the other great?
I met a bunch of the cast members from the movie at
Castle Freak.
at Horror Hound last year. Even Brian Yuzna, he directed the second one and produced the first one. And I did a photo op. got his autograph, did the photo with him. And during one of the photos, he's like, "Oh, do one where you're strangling me." And I did, and I show you the photo. I've got so many photos. I'll have to show it to you later.
He was taught proper, safe strangling techniques
he
in the orientation.
Yes, he probably did. Oh my God! Did you see the? God, what's that one that came out right after Reanimator that they did? The
From Beyond.
From Beyond.
Yeah.
That one's a
That was the
freaky
one. Yeah, that's what I was thinking
just
of.
watched that.
They were getting a little time-ish.
We are. What's your white trash moment, Bo?
Let's see. The second one is a little long. I'll tell you what. My great-grandfather joined World War II to get away from his wife. I am not joking. I found out recently, looking through some of his old letters from the war, he was trying to divorce his wife while inside a Nazi POW camp. And she was pregnant with my grandfather. And my great-grandfather used to they didn't feed him enough, so he would have to dig through the trash and eat leftover fat scraps. And I'm just imagining him doing that and go well, it's better than being with that bitch.
Man, I'm not sure if it's white trash. It sounds like a Steve McQueen movie, but I'm not sure if it's white trash. Did he escape on a motorcycle at the end of it?
Oh, Bo, what are your upcoming gigs?
Well, the one with him, and
which was
the 28th.
Cedar Glade Brews. The show's called Top 10 Aliens. Me and two other comedians, Andre
Churchwell and Dustin Callahan.
And Dustin and Callahan are gonna do 5 minutes of clean stand-up for once. Clean.
I can imagine Andre doing clean.
I don't know.
I'm working on some new stuff.
He's gonna show his dick.
Yeah.
Oh God. I'll try not to mention the BDSM club during the show.
I don't know. That's a heck of a story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'll take you sometime.
I'll go. We'll do a Fear and Loathing.
Yeah, I'll go too.
Yeah, we're gonna do 5 minutes each, clean stand up. Then we're gonna join the Count and Scuffles, and he's gonna show some clips from sci-fi movies, and we're gonna riff them a little bit. It's gonna be a great time. Bring the kids.
Heck yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Bo Cowan.
Yeah.
Woo! Thank you
All
so
right.
much for having me over here.
Oh,
and
fuck
thanks
yeah,
for
dude.
the mask, too.
Yeah,
I was fanning myself off with this
I
thing
saw.
all the time.
Yeah. It was so distracting.
I was trying to fan you guys off because I knew you guys were probably hot, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up, Malcolm Franklin.
Fuck y'all, I'm having fun. All right, goddammit, what's up? Goddammit, I don't give a fuck. Goddammit, I'm the last or the first black dude other than this guy anyway. Thank you for putting on out, brother. Appreciate you. Hell yes. Yeah. Shout out to the lens crafter people for being here. Thank you guys. If the sound guy gets here, it's a whole a little force of me. This is great. Tell you a little about myself. 2025 has actually been cool for me. Me get right into it. I got engaged this year. Yeah. Happy you guys clap for that, because also in 2025 is going great for me, because also this year I got disengaged. So fuck that bitch. I'm doing great. Also, this is the first time I'm saying this in camera. Actually, I got my first therapist. Yeah. Not therapy. He's my homeboy. He smokes weed and takes Redlin. I think that's the same thing. But no, man. I will say this, though. Matt probably knows this. I got followed by a very popular influencer. Actually. Anybody here ever heard of Nikki Knightley? No? Let me explain. Matt, don't you say shit. Nikki Knightley, she is a comedian. She's an actress. She is a exotic dancer. She is a co-host of a very popular podcast called The Anthony Rogers Show. And she is an active porn star. Let me say that again. She's the active goddamn porn star. Is following me on social media, guys. Give my motherfucking credit, all right? I got another credit, actually. Yeah. I was 102nd guy that signed up for Kill Tony in Nashville, so I'm actually great for that one. Yep. Out here winning this bitch. What else I want to talk about, man? So, comedy's weird. It's a very, very weird thing. Because you have no idea what the fuck you're going to perform at, you know? Especially when you do the local place. Like, you could be at, like, a little garage somewhere, you know? Like, I actually did a little private show at a sex dungeon not that long ago. Bo knows he was there. Yeah, thank you. Oh, he's thinking about Slay. But it was weird, though, because I felt so out of place because they had, like, ropes and chains and leather. So to me, it kind of like felt like a silent auction for me, really. All right. I'm going to close with this. Now, anybody in here been on any, like, weird websites that's not Pornhub? Shut up, Kate. No, I was on this one weird website. Anybody here heard of Clubhouse? Anybody heard of Clubhouse? Now, if you don't know what Clubhouse is, let me explain. You guys are so cute, by the way. All right? Yep. With the natty, you guys look like you're going to make pumpkin pie later. Anyway, well, he wants a kid, so, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Now, it's like any other social media thing out there, okay? Okay, people at home, watch this, all right? Now, people can add you can add them. That's social media works. But the only difference between this thing is you have to create things called a virtual room, and that's how you communicate with people. And despite what you name that room, all right, makes people want to join in or not. Now, there's a couple rooms on there. I'm not going to get to them all because I don't got a lot of time. There was one room on there that said, do you like eating ass? Now, I usually ask, do we understand the concept of eating ass? But I'm in Nashville now. I'm on Broadway. Y'all eat everything out this motherfucker. Yeah. Pumpkin pie, whatever the fuck. Anyway. But anyway, here's the thing. Before you join these rooms, okay, you have the crazy thing called a username, all right? So I don't want to put my name, so for my username, I put Bo Knows Comedy. Hey, I was going to put Kate Ballura, but that name was taken already. My username's Sloan. Anyway. All right, that's my time, guys. Thanks.
Malcolm.
Welcome back.
Oh, shit.
Returning champ.
So how you been, man?
Oh, man, shit. Oh, it's great. Great, I literally gotta go to work right after this shit. All right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I work third shift. I know.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Well, I was going to ask you if you want a shot, but I guess that wouldn't be a good idea. Huh?
I think he'd like two.
Could make your shift interesting.
Oh, yeah, sure. This is interesting enough, right? I didn't think I was going to get interviewed by a vampire. This is the white trash thing I've ever done. This is crazy.
Actually, I think performing in a biker's bar in Clarksville was pretty white trash.
That's number 2, actually.
That's number 2, yeah. That was...
So...
Yes, it was Rookies. You turned that show
you
down.
can burn it down right now.
She knew better.
But the food was good, though. The food was good.
They've got fantastic
really
food. The hate crimes are usually toned down through the comedy show.
Yeah,
afterwards.
the black people showed up after I got off, so that was great.
When and where were these people?
They were sitting in the back, obviously.
Okay.
They were too dark. Anyway, welcome back to the show, guys. How y'all doing? You good?
They needed a Rosa Parks of the Clarksville biker bar.
I mean, I ain't the best part, so. Oh, man.
What's your favorite horror movie, bud?
You know what? I'm not actually big on horror, but I've discovered this great little streaming service called Tubi. Anybody heard of Tubi?
Yeah, I love Tubi.
Oh, yeah. And I rewatched Bones recently. I rewatched Bones.
Just
Snoop
Bones.
Dogg?
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg.
You on your watch list? Yeah, you freak motherfucker. Okay. She said black dick before. I'm sorry. But no, yeah, Bones.
Oh!
Hey, okay, but I ask a question for you, John. John, how long y'all been together? 10 years. 10 years? Congratulations.
yeah.
And no kid yet? All right. Been married for two. Oh, okay. Okay. Now, before you, has you been with any black people? How many half ones? All right.
He doesn't think.
He doesn't think.
We'll let him hold on to his delusions.
All right.
Her eyes are telling other stories.
I live in Murfreesboro. We want to give me a ride back. The
hitchhiker.
He just laughs at everything I say.
What? I was gonna ask something. I forgot. I'm a little drunk.
Take your time.
No, it's okay.
We'll just sit here and just look at you for a little while.
No, it's all
Yeah.
right.
It's your show, so
Let's just
exactly
watch
right.
Rev be drunk.
yeah. That's what it's turned into.
Mr. Blevins, you got a question? Right?
Okay, Malcolm. Other than rookies, what's the most white trash thing you or your family have ever done?
Moved to East Tennessee.
That's pretty white trash.
Yo, I don't know if y'all have ever been like to Knoxville or Johnson City or whatever. Oh my God, it gets way more white trash than that, dog.
Johnson City's been brought up a couple of times tonight.
I mean, it's like yeah. Like I'm actually friends with both of them. It's crazy. Like I actually know two of those people there, and they actually got on here because of me. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, Malcolm's a good reference.
Will they ever gonna forgive you?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm gonna get a group chat text. It's like, fuck you, Mal.
Yeah. You didn't tell us what the fuck that was.
Well,
you should
yeah.
tell people before.
Yep.
I heard that a lot.
He has no words. He has no words.
The 5
Dude,
years.
my favorite part is when somebody comes. It used to be like musicians. They'd come and they'd walk in and they just automatically be like, you know what I mean? And then you could tell their face the whole time. They didn't want to participate in shit. As soon as it was over, they got out. They didn't say goodbye, fuck you, nothing. They just gone. There's been a lot of guests like that before.
There's been people, like, some people get it, some people don't. It's just like, to me, it's just, if you go to a club and you pay money for it, you're not guaranteed what you're going to get your money's worth. But when you wind up going to like a comedy show or a music, man, when I was a kid in this neighborhood, when I was like 13 years old, we would hear a band playing and we wind up walking up on a house party and they were doing a keg party and they would, have a $5 cover and you'd walk into somebody's garage and there'd be a couple of bands playing that night. There'd be a keg there and you would wind up having the best fucking time of your life. You wind up going to the cannery paying fucking $15 to go see some shitty fucking band. You're not going to get that same experience.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, it just really depends. I mean, like, some people get it, some people don't. And, like, yeah, we've had a lot of people come on here and just got turned off. And then we have people that come every goddamn time that we have a fucking show. And to me, like, that's what really matters to me is the people that actually get it, that actually want to come and hang out. Because it's just more than just like a comedy show or a music show. It's a hang.
Yeah.
You're not coming out here to make any money or to get known, to get your name out. You're coming out here to fucking hang.
Yeah.
And that's the way that I look at it. I mean, to me, like doing this in this garage isn't any different to me being 13 and finding a house party in somebody else's garage.
Sure, man.
I don't know. I could be different. But
Or watching a bad movie with me in a shed.
It always gets worse. See, the thing is like Sloan
feel-
knows
like-
about the shed because
I
he
feel like
did the
if
shed.
I ever see this dude in the fucking theater, I would leave. Be honest with you, you know what I mean? My black instincts would come in, and then I'm gonna die. All right.
Those are good instincts. You need.
Like, I'm gonna get bit. No, I've seen sinners. I know how this goes. Anyway,
All I'll do is just dance an Irish jig, I promise.
that's even worse. That's worse.
I wouldn't have that mental image.
I actually want to see that.
I'm gonna get out this fucking couch.
Oh man.
I feel like someone died on this couch too. You know what I mean? Y'all
Well,
figured
you
I'm
know.
on goodwill.
No, that's just
Maybe
my
a
armpits,
reason
man.
Rolando gave it away.
Oh, okay.
Everything here has pretty much been donated with the exception of these chairs. But like Mario Zapata donated that. Ronzo donated that. It's still like, to me, it's like everyone's got their junk they want to get rid of. And they're like,
Throw it in the garage.
DNP.
Yeah, somebody's ashes has definitely been on this couch. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
man.
let you know. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
groove
somebody's
is already
somebody's
pre-established.
grandma's been on my side. I
No, to be
know what I
fair,
am.
when he brought it in, it looked fucking brand new to be vintage.
Yeah,
It looked-
this shirt actually came in too. By the way, it says my love language is talking shit. Actually, so shout out to Officer Udi for the shirt. He's not gonna watch this. I'm just gonna clip it and send it to him anyway.
There we go. There we go.
Holy shit, man. What fucking time is it?
It's getting there, man.
We're almost to our headliner.
Yeah, we
Did,
almost
did
to
we
the-
ask Monty about his upcoming shows?
We haven't got to his.
Did I say
You said
Malcolm?
Yeah,
Did
we got-
Hey, Monty!
That is
Fucking
not
Monty Hicks.
Monty.
I'm kidding.
That is
I
not
love
Monty
Monty.
Hicks.
Monty, that's
Monty.
my dude.
Oh man. And I'm not even taking shots.
I know you're not.
All right. So, did we ask him his white trash question?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
He
this.
moved
He
it down.
stashed
Yeah,
it.
this. Yeah. We've shared stages.
Yeah, we set stages with the white trash.
Oh.
So
It was
And his
I've done
favorite
it all,
horror
yeah.
movie.
All right.
But yeah,
Well, I
upcoming
guess-
shows.
There you
upcoming
go.
shows.
He knows more about the show than you do.
Monty's got it figured out, dude.
I do.
Dude, I've been holding a piss for the last 3 hours, man.
Just let it go.
No,
Just let
I'm
it
a
go.
professional.
It's okay. Okay, if your dick comes out your short, I'm not gonna say nothing.
No, I'll
it's
just
okay.
piss myself.
Yeah, just
I want to get to the point where I'm old enough where I just piss myself.
Pretty much. That's why.
You're almost there.
Almost.
Yeah, might as well.
Geriatric bag.
Now, I'm not gonna do a geriatric bag or a diaper. I'm just gonna piss.
Just piss.
Do an Irish.
Do
chicken
it like a
and do
man.
it, so.
Dude, I can
Do it like a
imagine- like retirement homes for Gen X. Can you imagine a Gen X retirement home? I can't wait. I'm excited.
Everybody's gonna be pissing in the bottom drawers.
AC/DC just blaring in the background.
Highway to hell. Bunch of old fuckers just fucking slapping ass,
Yeah, you
Breaking hips.
playing Atari.
Yeah, you definitely fingered a girl in the bleachers before. All right, I can tell. He's definitely like round
Fingering doesn't do
round
anything.
This dude can't look. He's looking forward to granny pussy. That's terrible.
Me?
Hey, Miss No. Hey,
I
Miss No,
can't- I
pull
can't-
out. I didn't want to hear nothing from you.
You can't get pregnant.
Upcoming gig, sir.
Upcoming gigs. Okay, I got a fucking ton of them. Anyway, so June 22nd, next Sunday, I will be in Atlanta. Now I'm doing a little feature set for Kev the comedian. I think his name is out of Kentucky. Let's see. June 28th, I will be in Columbia, Tennessee with Adrian Walker. Go ahead, headlining.
Mr. 505.
Mr. 505. July 17th, I will be back in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, doing Jersey Hustle Comedy Club. I'm in the finals of that.
Nice.
I'm actually working on 2 movies, actually. Actually, I finished one called Loving the Light. I actually get to play a bad guy in it. And I think that'll be out in September or October, somewhere around there. And I'm working on The Rap King with Susie Eliza.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Then August 17th, I'm in the Roanoke Comedy Festival. And then August 23rd, I'm actually the comedian for a burlesque show.
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you also doing burlesque?
Absolutely. You see that my ass shaking right there? Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
me
he's
practicing.
practicing his moves.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the
Nice.
twerk ready. All
That
right.
was just a taste.
That's just a taste was there to come. All right. So make sure y'all subscribe too. Subscribe. You know what I mean? Donate. I got $5 already ready. So I mean, it's going somewhere anyway.
Malcolm, it's always a pleasure, brother.
Always.
Thank you
man.
for
Thank y'all
coming.
for
Thank you,
having
Mike.
All right. Thanks, Malcolm. Good to see you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment y'all been waiting for. Our headliner this evening. Give it up for Miss Amy Gross.
Do it. Do it. Yeah. Yeah, I got a confession. I was not supposed to come to the show tonight because my little girl had a ball game, but it got rained out. I had forgotten that I was supposed to pick up my boy from his girlfriend's house at 9 o'clock. And a while ago, I got the phone call, and her parents don't want to take him home. And I'm like, well, it's going to be a little while. So I'm kind of a little late, too. So, yeah,
That is so fucking
15 minutes is top, so I'm running out that door.
No, we're good.
Before I have a grandkid from now, 9 months from now, because her parents couldn't fight staying awake or something. You know? And it'd be my fault. Anyways, go ahead,
It
Amy.
would be your fault.
Good to see you, Amy. Do you need a microphone?
Does this actually work? Cause
Yeah, there's no monitor in the room, but it's going out to the people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got hungry.
Don't blame me.
And
I see that.
You didn't have pizza this time. And
No,
I'm a
that
little
got
disappointed. I'll be
killed.
honest with you.
We apologize. The pizza got killed.
It got
We all
killed.
refuse to go down to Little Caesar Perez because it's just getting too bad. No offense to the Mexican nation, but we just don't like standing in a room with 20 Mexicans pointing at a picture that can't even say fucking pepperoni pizza.
I understand.
Yeah.
This is America.
I didn't know that.
And we're broke.
Too.
I didn't know it stopped because of racism.
No, it's not racism. It's pure. It's just what I'm not doing it no more, and he won't do it. So it's kind of like a stalemate. Like, well, there's no more pizza because neither one of us want to go inside that facility. It's just you'd have to do it once to know what we're talking about.
Let's just go get some take and bakes from Aldi and just call it good.
Look at the count. He's like, I don't know what's going on.
I don't eat pizza.
Oh, garlic. Yeah, that'd be a problem.
But I mean, if it'll help, I can bring pizza the next time I'm here.
Oh, nice. Only once he says that. Once you go to Little Caesar Perez.
Everyone gets one.
Like Spider-Man.
Hi, Amy.
Hello.
What have you been doing since the last time we've seen you?
Do you need to get rid of your apple core? Is that what you're trying to do? Or?
Yeah, it's like I don't know whether to just give up.
I thought of it as maybe part of your act.
I can,
This isn't an act. I eat apples all the time.
I'm fucking hungry, guy.
When you were
If
sitting
anybody
there,
wants the rest of it,
we're good.
Throw it in front
I'll
of
throw
Bo.
it away for you, though.
see, because of your
you
hat,
need some water. There's a little bit of water in this, right?
I don't need that much
Will it
water.
sober you up?
because
Yeah,
of your
no.
hat, when you were sitting there the whole time, I thought maybe this was like a culinary act.
No. I love this hat.
I know it's a wonderful hat. I just wasn't quite sure what was going on over here. But I mean, I'm a vampire in a shed. No judgment.
A lot of people are confused as to what I do. I'm just an artist and I'm crazy and I don't give a fuck. And
Right.
so
That's what I've been saying all night long.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like that's like what comedy is actually supposed to be. It's a place where you could just be crazy and nobody would call the cops. So
Yep.
They might call the cops.
they might.
I got shitty neighbors.
They're fucking lame though, man.
They are very much so.
This is the South. You can just take care of the problem yourself too. So I don't really understand why you need to get police involved. You know.
Yeah, you got open carry laws here.
I mean, I don't even have a gun, for obvious reasons. But
Would you shoot somebody if you had the opportunity?
I shoot myself. It's too much of a temptation. I just don't really like guns though. It's just my own personal view. I don't care if other people have them. I just don't
Would you
want
rather
one.
stab somebody?
I'd rather just strangle them with my bare hands. That would be
Right on.
that'd be preferable.
Yeah.
So did you go to orientation?
Orientation. I don't fuck with that. I don't. I'm trying to cleanse myself from the previous sets.
You have sage or something.
You're talking about menages, aren't you? I know about menages. This friend of mine tried to invite me to a sex club, and I was like, I'm not interested in that. But it's interesting though.
I've never been to one, but I mean, like, I would go to one just to see what happened. The thing about a sex club, I could just imagine what it would smell like. Like that would be the thing that would bother me. Like,
Probably smell like new leather.
like you walk in, you're like, ugh, ugh.
Yeah.
Blue cheese.
I don't know. I probably will never go.
Probably.
Probably will never go.
Probably will never go. I thought maybe Bo was going to give us all instructions later.
He's doing that right now. Kate,
Yeah.
I think Kate's already got it going on. She's scheduling her munch. The munch is scheduled. The
Why
munch
just
is
for
scheduled.
her? And why does that seem like, of course?
I'm pretty sure like Bo had her at munch. As soon as he said munch, she's like, yeah. I've got to go to one of these munches. Anyways, Amy, please.
Yeah, right in the ashtray. It's become art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I brought my own coffee because I knew you guys were going to be drinking liquor.
Coffee's good. I might make a. Wow, that is dark.
That's like oil.
It's hot. It's still hot. Yeah. Well, I'll have almost 14 years of sobriety if I make it to the end of this month.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Awesome.
Yeah. But reluctantly. But
So you gave up alcohol in June.
a long time ago. Yeah. Well, I was a really bad alcoholic, like really, really bad. And so I just, you like wake up in urine. Like that's like your liver's like, help, help, help. That's what that means.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're a woman, men and women are different than men. I know. they're different. They're different. Like our livers are different. So yeah.
How many times have you woke up that way?
A lot. Like way too many to like not be ashamed of
you
myself.
realized that there was a problem.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens. Like your internal organs are like failing, you know. But apparently, men can drink like that forever, and like it takes a long time for that to go through. They do, but I'm just saying that it takes women less time to get to that point. Yeah, and it's like our bodies just absorb alcohol differently.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We have a shut-off valve.
Yeah.
Hold.
You drink like 2 fucking kegs, and it's not as serious.
This guy's been holding for 3 hours.
It's been amazing. Like I'm.
It's kind of hurt by now, unless you just don't feel pain anymore.
No, I wouldn't know. Yeah, it's like
Wow.
no.
The
Yeah.
the superhero episode isn't happening yet, but
coming,
man.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna piss and I'm gonna knock a hole through a wall.
Dude, that's what. The older I get, like I used to, it's almost like quick peas. Like the older I get now, I'm like, man, is this ever gonna stop? Especially when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, is this ever gonna stop? Why does it just keep going? How is there still much in there? Kinda. It's like you get older and just, man.
Evacuation come.
I lost my mojo.
I get sudden urges to pee, and I go run and go pee, and like it's nothing. It's just like, well, wait a minute, I thought I had to piss.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah.
I think that's diabetes.
That
Yeah.
could be. I've been tested. I'm good.
You've been tested.
I mean,
You can't get sexually transmitted diabetes, can you?
Who knows? Who knows?
If they're fat enough, you can.
Like if I got like one piece of fat that flies into your mouth when I cough, maybe it just transforms.
I'd buy that. Yeah, but you can't get type 2 diabetes from fucking. It's not in the rule book.
All right, Amy, go ahead. You got a song for us?
I don't. It's not really a. I just randomly play chords, as you guys know. But I didn't start playing keyboard until I started doing stand-up, which is really, really weird. But I do everything the opposite. So you guys want to talk about horror?
Sure.
Okay. Well, comedy. Yeah, that's why. I mean, I think a lot of people do it because they're really depressed and they probably want to slit their wrist, but they don't. They know that would piss a lot of people off. Personally, I don't give a fuck about that.
Fuck your feelings.
Yeah, well, they should know by now. This is how I feel. But I'm worried that God would be mad at me. So that's really why. It's not because of what the general public would think. Well, because I'm pretty sure that the general public would hate the likes of me. So, fuck them too. I think I'm getting better at piano though, but not as good at comedy. But I'm glad you guys don't care that much. Because you're like too drunk to give a fuck, right?
I'm sober
He's a
and I
caring
give all
Care
the
Bear.
fucks.
Well, thank you.
I'm sober as a fucking box too.
Yeah.
I can't drink alcohol, so.
Oh, we can't imbibe alcohol.
Week after week, I'm the only
No,
one
it's
getting
okay.
trashed. I don't understand.
Yeah. What happens if you drink Rev's blood right now? What?
It would get you drunk.
Oh, yeah, you'd get drunk.
It's kind of a turn on.
Let me get drunk. I'll get you drunk, baby. Come over here.
We'll go to orientation together.
Yeah, we gotta consult with HR first, you know. All right. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Oh, was that the end of that?
No. I mean, I just randomly play and then I stop playing. It kind of goes with my brain.
Sure.
I don't have like sets. A lot of people think I have sets. They're like, "That's brilliant." I'm like, "What the fuck was that?" I don't even know what it was. Like, I don't even plan things because I don't stick with anything. So there's no point. Anyway, I make posters though.
Fuck yeah.
I heard you scribbling over there. I was like, this has got to be amazing.
Well, I don't know about that. But some of them, I like some of them more than others. I do them kind of obsessive compulsively because that's better than drinking all the time. So I just try to make stuff a lot. But this one says, nobody knows what just happened. And I'm talking about everybody in the world that has a smartphone. I don't have a smartphone. But I still don't know what just happened. But at least I know that. Okay? This is another poster that I did about smartphones. It says, "Do you really want to be the algorithm's little bitch?" Sadly, I think a lot of people do. Speaking of ball gags, found a way to tie it in. But yeah, I'm very contrarian, I guess. So it's like whatever the world's doing, I tend to just want to do the opposite of that. And everybody is like suicidal now, so I think I was right. Well, because it's true, and I don't know. I've always like felt that sort of impending doom, like since the '90s year from Gen X. I always felt Gen X, but I wasn't my brother's Gen X. He's like 10 years older than me, but I always felt like I was experiencing time through him. And now, I don't know. Time isn't real anymore. Have you noticed that?
Nothing is
Doesn't
real
seem like it.
anymore.
Nothing's real. Everything's
Doesn't
fake.
seem like it.
Yeah.
But see, this is why I don't believe in voting. But the people are retarded. And I don't understand why they...
That'd be a great protest sign.
Yeah.
I know. Well, this is like the whole reason I started doing posters is because of Donald Trump, So he inspired my creative life.
Ta-da.
So fuck you. That's the best way to say fuck you is to make stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And I just hate all of them. I hate all of them. I think everybody on TV should be set on fire. Anyway.
God, I want to live in Amy Gross's world.
Yeah.
Because them
them
motherfuckers just, they come out, it doesn't matter, and they still go to the same parties and laugh about this.
Yeah.
It's all just money, 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 money.
Exactly, and then everybody's fighting over the same shit.
No, they create the delusions for
Mhm.
everybody to fight over.
Mhm.
Otherwise, people wouldn't be fighting over whatever the fuck they didn't just put on the TV that day. It's like an endless loop of, like, here we are. Like, it's already pre-programmed. They already
Something for you to
know
react
what they're
to.
going to release a month from now and a month after that. It's a constant
Yeah.
programming. And most of it's fear-mongering and hate. Hate each other. When actually, if you just, we're all talking to each other, there's no reason to hate each other. But if we're all watching the TV can make us hate each other. You know what I mean?
And now everybody has their own personal privatized TV that's going along with whatever their shitty worldview is. They don't have to question. I don't like it. I mean, I really don't. Like, I don't. I hate the internet so much. Because it's God's will.
Yeah.
Like, it's God's will for me not to kill myself. So that's kind of how I can rationalize it.
Purpose.
Yeah, it's like a sense of purpose because I really don't want to do it. But I really don't even like doing comedy. I mean, it's like not. Some people get a lot of dopamine.
Yep.
Like, y'all laugh. I don't care. No offense. That sounds sociopathic, doesn't it? But no, it's just, it doesn't do anything for me because, like, I'm already, like, living in my own little world, so I can just make myself laugh. Like, I don't need that shit from anybody.
Yeah.
But I think it really does something for people, though. Like, you were saying earlier that, like, everybody does this is mentally ill. Everybody that's an artist is mentally ill. Well, I think, like, pretty much everybody is mentally ill if they live in a culture that's, like, constantly subjecting them to like materialism and the fear mongering that you're talking about. So yeah. Sorry, I didn't expect this to be like some kind of TED talk or whatever the fuck, but you get this philosophical banter.
No, it's good. It's just the end of the night.
It's perfect. Yeah.
That's how you put them to sleep, cozy.
I don't know about that.
Or nightmares.
Yeah, this is more like psychosis. Oh yeah, I
breaking
mean
the paradigm right away. Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of people sit down. That's why they have a stool a lot of the time. I guess you can do whatever you want. But okay, I did this other poster. I did this tonight. It says because fuck you. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And that is how I feel about society.
That's the motto.
Also, feral is fine. Not just talking about cats, but I am
Oh, they're feral humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're feral humans.
But yeah, I'll leave you guys alone.
You're not bugging us. Seriously, what's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know if I even have one. I used to be obsessed with horror movies, and it's kind of weird because I have so much empathy. I don't know how the fuck I did it. I can't even watch horror movies anymore.
Yeah.
But like, I was obsessed with the Candyman movie, and I couldn't even I couldn't even go into the bathroom.
Oh yeah, as a little kid, it kind of fucked with me too, man. It was.
We also had the Bell Witch here. Do you remember that? Because it was similar to Candyman.
The Blair Witch Project is really good too. I think it's really underrated.
I saw
it's
it in
very
theaters.
realistic. I saw it too in theaters. I snuck in
Yeah.
to see that.
It had a brilliant marketing campaign. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Everybody really thought that them kids, like it was really
It was that
found
documentary.
footage. You know
It was
what I
that
mean?
documentary.
Like it's an important movie because if it wasn't for that, because I'm a huge fan of found footage horror movies, so I feel like that movie crawled so that a lot of the other movies like Creep and
Wreck.
See, there was a movie called Cannibal Holocaust back in the day that was, to me, that might have been the first found footage movie.
Did you know that the director of that movie he was indicted for murder?
No shit.
Wow.
I know it's banned in a lot of countries still.
The actors in that movie signed an NDA, so they agreed not to work for an extended period of time so that it could help with the marketing of the movie.
Yeah.
And he was indicted for murder when that movie was released, so the actors had to break the NDA and come in and testify on his behalf and prove that they were still alive.
Wow.
That is true. I do remember that now. Yes. Wow.
I hate those movies in particular, Cannibal Ferox, Cannibal Holocaust, because of the murder of the animals on there.
I do, I don't like that.
Yeah,
so
it's
like
unnecessary.
you couldn't.
I remember the
get a
turtle,
stuffed
like they
animal.
literally
Turtle,
cut
and then there's a squirrel monkey that they kill.
Yeah.
It's just at that point, like I tap out because like you're not making films.
That's
You're-
totally fair. I don't like those. I didn't like that they did that. It was completely unnecessary.
There's another movie, and I can't remember what it was that I really loved, and I found out that there was an animal that wound up getting killed, and I didn't think they would actually kill the real animal. The snake you're talking about, so that is too, and like I overlooked that one because it's a fucking snake, and I hate fucking snakes. But yes, if I was like PETA or something like that, then yeah. But it's stuff like that. It's like it's lazy filmmaking. I mean, you can get a stuffed animal and fill it with blood, and it'll be the same thing. And these motherfuckers they're like just killing animals on fucking. I'm not a bleeding heart or anything, but that's ridiculous.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I don't like it.
Yeah. All right, Amy, do you happen to have a white trash story?
Well, I
Something in
used
your
to be
life?
an alcoholic, so yes. I actually just talked about this on stage the other night, and I hadn't really talked about anything like this, but I was drinking stale, warm malt liquor out of a trash can.
Wow. Like dumpster juice or just the bottles?
That was my bottle.
Okay.
Still in the bottle.
I can see like draining a fucking trash
Yeah,
can.
just-
Now that's some chunderski right there.
That's
man.
chunderski, yeah. All right, so who do we have? We don't even have anybody left. Everyone's
That's
gone.
it?
Yeah.
Everyone's gone.
Was Chelsea just here?
He lives here, yeah.
Oh, he lives here.
Yeah.
Okay, I just thought he randomly
Yeah.
showed
No,
up.
we got married last week.
Okay.
Yeah. Progressive.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's the.
I didn't
He's
get
the
you guys
bottom.
a gift.
It's okay. We don't need anything. We're
Okay.
good.
Were you?
Yeah.
Did you have a registry?
No.
Oh, damn.
I mean, you know.
Joints, weed, sense of liquor,
Molly.
Molly. Shoes.
All right. Well, let's see.
We have to pick a winner.
We
but
have 3 people left here.
The swimming pool. Who was that with the swimming
That
pool?
was Sarah.
Yeah,
but that was she won that.
Susie.
No,
Susie.
yeah, it was the other gal. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, they don't
Susie.
count.
Yeah,
They're not here.
Yeah, they're not here. So it has to go to David S.
Yeah.
Pumpkins, I feel, because he had the tragic Christmas with the asking
Wanting a
for
bed.
bed.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And
It's sad, man.
It's sad and embarrassing to like have to reveal that to your like classmates and teachers and whatnot. So I don't know. It just has extra layers to it, man.
Well, if you guys are good with that, I'm good with that. I'm ready to go to bed. I have got to piss so bad.
Don't pee.
Right.
You guys don't know. I'm about to knock a hole through this fucking wall.
All right, we'll say the magic words.
Fuck you all. Good night.
The Deliciously Nothing News Network presents White Trash News. Welcome to White Trash News. I'm your host, Matthew Blevins, and here are tonight's top white trash stories. Runaway zebras of Rutherford County. A zebra named Ed has escaped from its home in Rutherford County and has gone running willy-nilly all over the Murfreesboro area. Police say that it quickly turned itself in after exploring Murfreesboro over just a short time as it lost all faith in humanity. Sorry about that, Ed. We've all been to Murfreesboro, and we know exactly how you feel. If you find it odd that you're allowed to have a pet zebra in the state of Tennessee, you can have other odd animals as pets. You can have pet camels, giraffes, and bison. But simply owning it as a pet does not give you the right to fornicate with it, much to the chagrin of our very own Reverend Muffington, who was hoping to go shopping for giraffe pussy next weekend. Perhaps at one time, the asteroid belt just beyond Jupiter was a planet by the name of Maldek, and Mars was actually a moon of that planet. Scientists are saying that the asteroid belt, insisting that it be called the asteroid belt, is a little bit narcissistic. Scientists believe that Mars was never actually a moon of this supposed planet, and that the asteroid belt was simply carrying on with its narcissistic games. But like the victims of other narcissist abusers, Mars has started an OnlyFans showing off its Tharsis bulge. That was a joke for precisely no one. And our final story of the night, stone deranged dolphin sexual offenders. I'll have to dig into that one a little bit here. Apparently dolphins have been getting high on pufferfish and sexually assaulting tourists. Oh, my apologies. That is actually something that Elon Musk had tweeted about Donald Trump while balls deep on a ketamine binge. That makes sense. Although it does harken back to a time when our very own Reverend Muffington had put on a crotchless wetsuit and jumped into the Cumberland River in the hopes of scoring what he had called freshwater mermaid pussy, which, according to our news sources, is not really a thing. So apologies to Reverend Muffington on that one. But those are tonight's White Trash news stories, and that's the news as I see it.